Hello and welcome to another episode of SDS. We are back for another weekend roundup, and this weekend was a big one. Of course, this was the weekend of the EFL Cup final, also known as the Carabao Cup final, and also some interesting games in the Premier League that we will touch on. But first, we've got some pressing matters to attend to. I was just at Wembley Stadium. The attendance was over 88,460 odd people. And we all witnessed Man City lift the trophy. Pep's 5th EFL Cup and Man City's 9th. I walked home and I came to the studio. And I was greeted by the man to my right. First time being vice captain. Congratulations. I wish it was on better circumstances. But we have a Menia. Opposite him, I was greeted by another gentleman. He's in a great mood, as you can see by this video here.
Turn that shit off, bro. Turn that. You lost. Put an extra finger up. That's how much Everton beat you. Put 3 fingers up for Everton.
It's Don. And last but not least, this guy's been there apparently since 6:30 p.m. The second the final whistle went, he was already here. It's Lee, man. So, Carabao Cup final. We'll start there. Arsenal versus Man City. I'm sure everyone watched that game. The quadruple is over. How you feeling, Emenia?
I'll be honest, I don't like how these men are smiling already too much, bro.
It's fine. You know how football is? They're Arsenal haters first.
No, of course.
And then Chelsea United fans second.
Of course.
Especially this one, because he just lost 3-0.
No, listen.
So it's insane.
Last time I said he was the latest one to arrive. He was here the moment O'Reilly scored the first goal. He was outside. So I know what this guy's on. But listen,
I was on time today.
Let's allow them to have their last few weeks of this kind of joy. You know what I mean? Let's do that. But now, in all fairness, obviously, first and foremost, City, congratulations, fully deserved it. I don't think that's even up for any kind of discussion. This guy's too smiley, bro. This guy's too smiley. You think he got 3 points as well this week?
Show me a Carabao Cup medal, bro. Just smiling more than the players. You're smiling more than the City players. Show me a medal, bro.
Do you know what? Let's go to him and then we'll give our thoughts afterwards.
No.
You sure?
Yeah. No,
you gotta let them land. You gotta let
they
them
should hear
land.
from us first.
Yeah.
We're the Arsenal fans, right?
Fair.
I'll
Okay.
let you go first.
Sure.
And then obviously I'll tell my
Sure. I know what the viewers and the ultras are like, innit? They're gonna say that you said this, you done that, the whole like delusional thing.
Sure.
For me, I see things differently. Although I was somewhat confident going into the game, do you know what I mean? Even when Hasib shouted me, "Oh, Sunday roundup," I'm thinking, you know what? Yeah, we should win this one.
Yeah.
I don't mind coming on this one because any other time we lose. I'm here like fighting everyone. The backlash, we lose. Even when we lost 1-1 to them.
So I think it's you.
It might be me, bro.
Yeah,
The next time he messages me in advance saying, "Yo, roundup coming," I'm blocking it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not replying.
Smart.
Now listen. The worst thing is the first 15 or 20 minutes, again, I'm thinking, ooh, you know what? Yeah. I'm kind of comfy here. The only issue we had was obviously the lack of Eze or Odegaard meant that every time a fullback got the ball, they're just launching it up top. And again, to be fair to Gyökeres for the first 15-20, he was winning a couple, do wells and running the channels. But then, I said it in my own one, by like minute 20, it's like, when you play PS2, yeah, and you pause the game and you put in like a little cheat code or something, they've done that. Because from minute 21, yeah, we forgot how to play, bro. I'm seeing balls going to the advertising boards. I'm seeing barely 3 passes completed. Hincapié starts getting cooked by Semenyo. Mm-hmm. The only saving grace, I guess you could say, is that normally, this season anyway, we've been used to, let's say, riding storms, if you will, where they didn't even have a shot on target, right? So that's the one thing.
Yeah,
they had one header, which was over the bar, minute 45 from Haaland. So I'm thinking, all right, second half, wake up a little bit. Arteta knows what's going wrong. You can see the issues. Everyone can see the issues.
And they just got better.
They got better.
They did, yeah.
But the worst thing for me is, again, still no shot on target. And then a certain someone decides, you know what? I'm going to give you the goal myself. And it's he raises his arms like that, lets the ball go through him. It's one of these guys again, lets the ball go through him.
You should have known about Kepa at Wembley, bro. You should have known about him.
I did, bro. It's a catalogue of disgraces from him.
Yep.
We talk about the penalty that went out of space.
Yep.
We talk about obviously telling Sarri, no, I'm not coming on.
It's still loose.
If I'm on I'm bringing it. I'll be honest, I would have subbed him off. I was that furious because again, although we can all agree City were dominating and to be fair, probably deserved the goal, they hadn't actually had any tangible efforts that you can say, all right, Arsenal are hanging on for dear life. And if you can ride out that 15-20 minutes,
but you know what it is though? They bought their luck.
No, for sure. I agree. I fully agree with you. But I'm thinking, knowing how City have been the last 2 months, where First half, they can play well. Second half, it's a bit of a drop off. If you can just survive for 15 minutes, don't do anything ridiculous like what we're seeing on the screen, then try and get into the game, make your subs. But ultimately, this thing, I'll be honest, from that moment, I said, even I lost hope, and I'm someone that I like to, I'll support them, I'll back it. But these guys gave me nothing to defend, and obviously, 3 minutes later, they scored a second. At that point,
All right,
there was no
he
point.
was meant to be marking man at the back post. Someone got done twice. Who was it?
It was Zubmendi's man for.
It sure was Zubi.
Well, he's the closest man to him when.
Yeah, there was someone else for the second one that I saw.
Scored the header.
How was the second one?
Yeah.
Who was it for the second one?
Who do you think it was? You're the clear view.
It was Saka.
You're the clear view. Oh, he said it. You're the clear view. How can you not tell me who it was, bro?
No, I'm not asking you because clearly
Yeah.
there's a reason.
He didn't have the replays, man. He was in the stadium, bro. He was in the
I was in the
stadium.
stadium. I was on the TV. I didn't have 8 replays like this.
Yeah,
So you can
because
tell
he
me it was.
had another poor game, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, he had another poor game. And listen, people, like first of all, big up Man City for obviously winning the trophy.
100%.
If Pep leaves, it's gonna be a real. Remember I said after the last episode, I said
100%.
it's a nice moment because it's the first trophy that he won. Now, if he does leave,
Was that against us as well? The first time he won it.
League Cup.
His first
was
trophy
it
he won.
against you,
Yeah,
man?
3-0.
2018.
Yes, it was. He beat you, man, 3-0. Yeah, I think it was.
Was
I
that
think
his first one? I don't think it was then. It was 2018 because it might have been. Yeah.
It might have been his
17,
first
18.
one.
Yeah.
17,
Because first
18.
season was trophyless.
Nah,
it was because he was trophyless first season and then a League Cup
Trophy-
and then he won. Yeah.
You're right, because
It was
16,
against us.
17, we won the league. That's when he came.
Yeah.
He didn't win anything that
Trophyless,
season.
yeah. So he was against us, yeah.
100%. But you're right when you say that, you limited City to making any real clear-cut chances. Everyone knows Arsenal's defence is elite, right? That's not the problem that people have with Arsenal. It's the other side of the game. You know what I mean? When you're looking at where's that X factor? Where is that person in the attack who's going to take the game by the scruff of the neck and do something for you guys? Because at the minute, you're paying Saka the big bucks to be doing that, right? He's meant to be the guy who's taking you out of the pits the way that the likes of Sanchez used to, right? And obviously, Eze was a big miss today because I know he hasn't been great overall all season. But if you're going to look at someone for a moment, like the Champions League the other day, or even when they played, was it Man City they played at Wembley, innit? And Eze scored. Was it Man
As
City?
in Palace, the FA Cup.
Yeah, Palace.
Yeah.
It was Man City, innit?
The FA Cup
Yeah.
last season.
Yeah, it was Man City in the final, right? Yeah. Eze turned up for that one. And obviously, people were looking at Eze today that he could be the difference in the midfield. I thought Havertz didn't play that role well, right? But this is where you've got to look at things and think, is it an Arteta problem? Is it just the players aren't good enough? Like, what's the next step for Arsenal in terms of... Because I'm looking at the transfer window now, like... Are you going to be looking at the likes of Ndiaye to come in and bring something different? Like, or do you think Arteta's the person that needs to change things? Because personally...
Why though? They're the best team in the world. They got the best manager. They have the best squad depth.
Facts.
But
They told us that going into this game they had the edge. They were the favourites. Messi were out of form, right? These are all the narratives that were being spoken about.
And none of those things changed because we lost the Carabao Cup final today,
Let's
by
not
the
do that.
way.
Let's not do that because you're complaining all season that the narrative against Arsenal is not fair. That there's this bottle job thing that's going on around, and every time we criticize Arsenal, it's almost like we're not allowed to.
Yes.
That's how it's treated, right?
Yeah.
So
You're a hater if you do.
you're a hater if you do. You still have defensive. You started the podcast already on deflective mode already.
Even now, when I'm
Without
talking
me
about-
saying
when I'm
a
talking
word.
about Saka, the way they're
Without
looking
me
at
saying
me.
a word, he's
Just
already
say
on
it.
deflective
No,
mode.
no,
You know,
no,
Arsenal-
Give me your time to speak.
I don't need you to say anything.
But that's my point. You started off already on the energy I don't like. You already started off.
It doesn't matter what energy you like or not like.
Energy
But
that I don't
carry on.
like. Yeah. You're already coming on this. You're also haters before you're Chelsea Man United fan.
Facts.
The reality
Your
is,
whole,
bro.
look at your timeline on Twitter.
No.
Every single week Arsenal play. Every single game.
It doesn't matter.
Compare that. That's his life. It's his life. He tweets every single day about 10 times.
But hold on. But regardless of where I do it, you have something to say all the time. Whether that's on the
don't. I
podcast,
stay
whether
quiet
that's in a
outside
group
the
chat.
podcast.
No, whether it's a group chat. You listened to 2 weeks ago, you added me saying, give up. Yes or no?
So?
There you go. So you do.
Give what's the context of that? What's the context of that?
Give up.
Now,
The
now
context.
compare
Twice
that
he's done
how many
that.
times
Twice
you
that.
took it.
Twice.
Finish.
No, let me finish. Let me talk.
Go ahead.
He said give up. What he's essentially saying when it's give up is it's inevitable. Whatever's gonna happen this season is inevitable.
What, quadruple?
Quadruple, whatever it is, whatever he in his mind believes.
want me to
so,
speak
yeah?
or no?
No.
I'm
I'm gonna speak, and you can have your points to land, right? You've been whinging and crying because you feel like the criticism towards Arsenal has been unfair. Why do Arsenal get spoken like this, or when Man City gets spoken like this? You saw today why. Because when it's the big moments, when it's the big games, when it's the cup, when it matters most, you've shown time and time again, like today, to bottle it, and you've done it again. Whether you can try to reframe it, you can lie to yourself, you can trick your mind to believe it's something else. But the matter of fact is, I know for a fact you saw that City backline and you were licking your lips. That's a fact, right?
No Gay, no Diaz.
You saw that backline and you thought, this is it. Yeah, we got this. And you say otherwise, you're a liar. Because I know you did.
There's a clarifier.
Right?
You're looking at the tables. I can't say.
No, I don't want to look at his face. I'm disgusted. I don't want to look at his face.
Right there.
I don't want to even look at his face. Because he was saying crazy. He was saying just 3 days ago that Arteta is currently the best manager in the world. He was also saying on the last roundup that he thinks that he was in agreement with all the other guys in the pod. Talking about Pep Guardiola. Football. He's playing catch up to football. Football's leaving him. That's what he's saying. This is what they were saying on the table. But yet again, it's Guardiola that's walked away with a trophy, and you're still in the hunt after 6 years for a trophy. Yes, you're in a good position to win the league, and you might end up walking away with that. But the reality is, everything we've been criticising Arsenal for was on display today. We talked about how much that attack has been dire all season in open play. You saw it again today. They were complaining about Bruno and, the Declan Rice thing, and, they were throwing a tantrum on the timeline and, trying to, play down Bruno this season. Where was your player of the year this season? Where was he today? Because I didn't see anything from him today. Bukayo, not found. I look at your attack, and everyone's been saying about your attack, they don't offer anything. They don't offer anything much in open play.
Tag me now.
And you see, because look.
Okay,
you're
gonna have to wrap this up because we need the chance to speak as well.
You will get your chance. You will get your chance. When you said so many blasphemous things, my problem is this. I've sat here, right, and I've praised Arsenal throughout the season. I've complimented them when they needed to be complimented. But for him and a lot of Arsenal fans, praise is not enough.
It's not enough.
They need glaze. They need you to get on your knees and kiss their feet and talk about why they are the greatest thing that's ever, we've ever laid eyes on in football. Yep. That's how they treat it. They think they're immune to criticism. They think that anything you say about them is, it's you're a hater. When the reality is you're speaking the truth. Our eyes today didn't lie.
Yeah.
What we saw
today, it wasn't masked by the result.
And it wasn't, bro. What we saw today was something that we've seen all season with this Arsenal team, right? He was saying also, come at us and see what happens. They came at you today. What did we see?
What happened?
You
crumbled. They beat us.
You crumbled. There you go. So everything we've been saying is validated. We don't come at you. We don't come at you with blank statements. We're coming at you because we see things and we're telling you what we see. Yes, you are in a comfortable position to win the league. Yes, we're not going to deny that. You can say that you got one hand on the trophy. But this talk about quadruple and pushing these ideas, and when we say to you, come on man, be serious, and you get offended by it, that's now where it becomes a problem. Or on the face-off is out there. You said a lot of things. You look at that back line today. Who had a better back line today?
What did I say? You said I said a lot of things.
You said a lot of things. You said Arsenal. Arteta is the best manager currently in world football. That is your statement.
Yeah, because he's the manager that's currently got Arsenal 8 wins from 8 in the Champions League.
Why in world football? Why does that make him?
Because Champions League is European football. Do you think there's other continents in world football that is better than Europe? So we asked me a question. Do you think there's other continents in world football that is bigger than Europe in club football? Yes or no?
No, but there's bigger teams.
Yes or
there
no?
are bigger teams.
Yes, there's bigger teams.
There are bigger teams.
Yes or no?
Legacy. We're talking about teams that are currently won the Champions League that are still in the competition.
Answer the simple question so I can move on to the point.
Okay,
Are there bigger continents than Europe in club football? Yes or no?
Are there bigger continents?
Yes, in terms of football quality.
No.
Okay, cool. This season, I said currently, this season, who is the manager that's got the team 8 wins?
That doesn't necessarily make you the best manager.
What I'm saying is currently, when you say currently, it's on form. Like players, you're saying this is the current best player in the world because he had the best season. Why is Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or? Because he was the best player currently. That's why, and also on top of that, 9 points clear in the league at the time of that statement.
That don't make you currently the best manager because you're on top of the table.
Overall, Pep's the best manager until Pep retired. Messi's the best footballer in the world.
Did we say Arne Slot was the best manager last season? Did anyone ever at any point of last season when they were top of the table and top of the table in the Champions League, did anyone ever make a statement and say
that is on Liverpool fans to push his PR? No,
I'm not going to do that. But that's what I'm telling you. That feeds into your delusion. That's why I'm coming at you.
So
You're
anyways-
deluded.
anyways, next
you're
point.
deluded,
Okay,
bro.
good for you.
And now
Next
that I
point.
just showed you why you're deluded.
You guys are saying that, by the way.
No, I'm not.
I've sat here for 10
no,
minutes.
because
I've not said a word. I was at the game. I have my opinions I want to push. And then I'm going to be saying
No, because I'm saying to you,
Carry on.
You make statements, right? You make statements, and
And
when
then
we
let me
bring up
respond to the statements you're calling out.
I'm not, but okay. So you just
Okay,
explained your point,
cool.
and I'm saying to you,
What's the
how
next
does it
one?
make sense if Arsenal last season did exactly what
I don't care
Arteta
about
did this
Arsenal.
season,
It's Arsenal
and
right
nobody
now.
was pushing that agenda?
That's
so
on
you
them.
come,
It's nothing to do with me. I'm not going to push Arsenal.
So when we're
So
calling
don't
you
look
out
at
for
me.
it,
Don't call me out for not calling Arsenal the best manager in the world.
Okay, and I'm calling you out for it,
Okay.
and your explanation right now is weak. That's a fact.
To you?
No, it's
Okay,
weak.
what's the
It's
next
weak.
point? What's the next
It's
point?
weak. The next point is, you think that Arsenal have the best squad, right? In Europe, right?
Squad depth.
Squad depth. Okay, so that even lines it up even perfect for today's game. It lines it up even perfect because we look at that backline Arsenal. You could say that's a comfortable backline. Ben White, who he said, in the face-off, probably gets into the combined 11. You said that.
Yeah, but I said
No, but you said Ben White can get
Yeah, I
into
said both are right backs can
there
get.
you- Okay,
They're playing
that's fine.
midfield
That's
with
fine. Then you got your two centre-backs, your world-class centre-backs, Gabriel Saliba today. And then you got Hekapi, who you're a big fan of. You tried to push even into the left-back for the combined 11. So therefore, you got your ideals backline today. You do. You got your outline. You got Capi, but you got your ideal backline. We go to Cities. That's the first time that backline played together. Ake, who just came in today because Ruben Dias got injured. You got Kuzanov. You got Nunes, who's a makeshift right back. And then you got Nico Riley, who everyone knows is also a makeshift left back, regardless of how well he's performing there. So you look at that backline, that's the first time they're playing together. Plus, they got Trafford in goal. Yeah, they got Trafford in goal.
Better
Yeah,
than Kepa.
you got the best depth. You got the best squad. So why are they not showing it then?
Madueke.
Why are they not showing it then? Why are they not showing it?
So teams, the team that has the better players on the pitch always has to win.
No, I'm not saying that.
They
can't
won
lie,
for
you've
more
lost me there.
They
You've
won
lost me
for
there.
more
No,
reasons.
my
My
point-
point.
you know what,
They
no,
won.
let me-
For what you said.
No,
Now
no,
let's
no,
speak.
no,
No, because there's a podcast to be had here.
No,
And there's
hold on.
there's
No,
podcast back here.
no,
And
but
we
my
need to
point
speak.
is-
And no matter
no,
how much
but
they're big
you know
fans
why
of
is
you,
it-
we
this
need
is-
to
again,
speak.
look, it's
Like,
different
no, but I'm
defensive.
saying
I'm only bringing out
you
what
take
they
10
said.
years to land the
I'm
point.
not landing a point.
Please, I'm being
I'm not
serious.
landing a point.
We need to
My
speak.
point
And
is,
now I'm gonna look rattled because I wanna host the
no,
show
because my
where
final,
everyone gets a chance to
because
speak,
my
including
final,
myself.
the final.
That's what you bugged
No,
out.
no,
I
no,
can't
no,
lie.
I'm not bugging. You know what the final point I'm trying to make is? The final point is
How do you ask the question yet? And then there's a final question.
I'm not asking you.
You did ask the question.
I'm not asking you.
You got Rico.
I'm asking rhetorics, and you lot are just speaking. But listen, my point is this. No. My point is simply this. My point is simply this. The world is not against us. Now I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I'm not even bothered. Because look, he came into the negative energy. He came into the whole room was moody. He's already coming to defense. I don't even know what they were on.
We lost the
it's
cup
fine.
final. I need
He's
to host
trying
the
to
episode.
dilute myself. You know,
Nah,
he's
it's
done,
cool. Bro,
He's
ask
the
the
biggest
question.
gaslighter.
Okay,
No,
ask the question.
It's calm.
you know he does. He knows I'm hitting his facts, and he starts to come on this finger. We're doing a podcast. Let me learn my point. Let me say no. Let me say what I'm gonna say, and then you can say what you want.
Let me finish.
My final point is this. My final point is this. Yeah. It's simple. There's no narrative. There's no narrative. There's no. The world is against Arsenal. No one's against you guys. Yeah. When we say things on this podcast and we say things about Arsenal, we are saying it criticism. You are not immune to criticism, but you behave and you act like you're.
Is that actually been a statement? You said that actually. You said that before.
No,
You said that 5 minutes ago.
His closing
I'm
statement
not
was what he
asking you a
started with.
question. My biggest
closing statement.
My closing statement to this is my closing statement is simple.
Be honest, you heard him say that. Be honest, you heard him say that.
You know why I can't land the point? I can't land the point because he's this season has been told me multiple times. No, this season he told me multiple times. Give up.
Yeah.
You're deluded. You give up. This is inevitable. I've said everything.
Guys, don't worry. The video hasn't glitched out. You're watching the same video. You haven't gone back in the video. It's the same video.
He's not letting me land. He's not letting me speak.
Don't let him confuse. Don't let him confuse anything.
That's what they're trying to do. I understand the deflective tactic. He already came on the defensive mode already, right? So let me respond.
How come you can say
You said, you know how many? Hold on. You're saying saying I've said the same thing. Wallahi, Premier League roundup this season SDS. You said the same bullshit every single episode, and now you're telling me I'm repeating this on this episode. Yes, my brother, you are deluded. Okay. You are living in your own world. You're living in your own bubble. You have to understand the criticism we give on the show is warranted. We're not against you. The world's not against you. You saw it on display today. Arsenal are not the team that you think they are in your head. They're not as good as you think they are. You may be Premier League titles this week this season, but you're not gonna dominate the way you think you're gonna dominate, and you're not as big as you think you are. You want the respect that Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern Munich, all these big Man City, all these big teams have earned. You want the respect your manager to get that every top manager in football has, that they earn on credibility, on honours, on trophies that your club hasn't, and that's where your club is right now. And you saw it today, and that's why you're on this defensive mode, and you're trying to rob out everything I'm saying, because you know what I'm saying is hitting you, is hitting a different type of nerve. I can see the tears in your eyes. I know today hurt you. You want to your first final in 6 years. This is what your club has given you in 6 years. That
closing statement.
That's my closing statement. There you go.
Look how much anger.
No, because you gave me 5 minutes. You interrupted me 5 minutes to get that out. So don't say it because I was ready, because you kept interrupting. So don't act like you were interrupting.
Because
you were interrupted.
Never got any.
When it's like
Your overarching point, I agree. I'll let him respond.
Now respond.
I'm not gonna give you.
Now respond.
Look how much anger and force. If you guys watched for a long time, that got out of him. Us losing the Carabao Cup final. You're gonna let me speak now? Look how much, because we've never seen like that. Every single vein was coming out. There was hatred. Like if you go on Twitter and type in @LibanLDN,
you've been running away all season.
And you scroll through his Twitter, and you see how many tweets about Arsenal he puts out regularly, memes. Arsenal, even to the point where he says stuff like praying to God about Arsenal losing,
and you don't
God's got something for him on all in Ramadan and everything. And then now you're seeing, and then now you couple that with the hatred you just saw in his eyes. You will see a man who genuinely, hand on heart, hates Arsenal more than his own club. Now, and there's nothing you can tell him.
I definitely do hate him more than
he loves his own club.
Yeah, I do.
More than he loves his own club. Anyways, so now we can talk about the game. We lost the Carabao Cup final. I'm glad you're happy. We lost the final. You said here right now, even if we go on to win the league, we've seen now Arsenal's true colours. So if we go on to win the league now, you're going to look at me and say, but you lost the Carabao Cup final.
No, I'm going to say to you, well done. I'm going to say to you, well done. I'm going to say to you, well done. No.
Because to you, the EFL Cup... No, I'm not.
I didn't say.
Because to you, the EFL Cup clearly is now the most important thing, because it is the most important thing right now for today, because we lost the final. And that is always going to hurt. So you've mentioned more times that the energy's been bad at the start of this episode. The mood's been low. Well, sorry, we're upset to lose a final. That's a normal, that's in football.
Yeah, other man, I lost 3-0 today.
And it's not the end of the world for me to lose the first final you were famous. And it's not the end of the world. I've lost 2 finals. The first final you were famous. The first final you were famous. I lost Ball League final 2 months ago. It's life. What I'm saying, it's fine. Losing first final in 6 years, man. Okay, good for you. So, anyways, now you're talking about the fact, you dunked on us, we lost the final ever. Let's talk about the game and give credit to Man City 100% and Nico O'Reilly for winning this game. We were the favourites. They came into this game. No Gahey, no Ruben Diaz. We found out pretty late, which is amazing news for us. Correct, you're right. That was great news for us. I was very happy with that. But also at the same time, we found out very late that Eze is not going to be playing, not going to be involved, which is hard for us to take because
he's going to have a further scan.
He's been one of our most important, better players in the last few weeks. Yep. So of course we also have an important player missing and players. Timber wasn't playing. Wait,
hold on. Why wasn't that the energy when I came the other week telling you we're missing Reece James or missing Neto and that?
Yeah, but you just lost 3-0 to Everton, brother. So
why wasn't
you guys are in a bad place.
The energy's not the same.
You just lost back-to-back games. One rule for them. Okay. We'll speak about the final itself because I haven't done that. But last point, you're talking about we can't take criticism. We think everyone can't criticize us. That's not the point I made once, by the way. You can watch multiple episodes all here. My problem wasn't about being criticised. Everyone's open to criticism. My problem was the length the criticism were going. This is illegal football you're playing. No one should even get a medal. You guys are playing the worst football ever. This is the worst title winners ever. That is my problem. That's not criticism. That's past the point of criticism. No, that's past the point of criticism because I've gone here and said, fair play. I don't think we're playing the most attacking football. And my opinion, I think if we're going to win this, next season we'll play better football. But if you just stop there and saying Arsenal playing style wasn't the best, I'd have no problem.
I stop there. Show me one. And I'm not talking. If you could get one clip, I'm talking about myself, and I'm talking about what you've said directly.
Okay, so
I'm talking about what I've said directly.
When have I said directly that you've gone too far with the criticism? Because all I've come back to you and said
Because you said yourself.
I've complained about people saying that we're the worst winners ever. I've heard people saying they're playing illegal football. Jordan Mikel,
you said narratives, right?
I've complained.
You will
Yes,
be one of
those
the
are
worst
part
winners
narratives.
ever. You will be one of the worst.
You said narratives.
I don't-
But to me,
I
I-
say you'll
but
be the
I-
worst.
me, I don't
You'll be
care.
one of the
But
worst for me.
anyways,
Mate, I want to be the worst.
I want to be the worst.
You won't
anyways,
care.
that's Premier League talk.
Yeah.
Back to the Carabao Cup final.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Man City's win. Let's talk about where it went wrong for Arsenal.
Wait, tag me in real quick for the last thing because
Go ahead.
I want to talk about
Because we have
chapter
another
8 of one of his essays.
I forgot. It went for so long, I forgot
The
what-
reason I stopped him is because when he said, "Oh, the squad depth thing," so how come we didn't see it today? The reason why I said, "Hold on a minute," that doesn't really make sense is because the point earlier about being top of the league and having the 8 out of 8 or whatever, that is because of the squad depth. The whole reason why, again, other people and let's say TalkSport and these men start bringing up the quadruple narrative is because of the squad depth. Today, lost fair and square, like no debate. But to say, "Oh, where was the squad depth today?" Like it doesn't mean you're gonna win every
Doesn't
single
show up
game
in
because
one
you have a
single
good
game.
squad. That is the point where I stopped you because
I mean,
every trophy so far is showing that the squad depth is having an impact because
That's why
again,
we've gone deep in
Carabao
so many
final,
competitions.
FA Cup still there, Champions League knockouts again after winning all their games.
If you've had injuries and you've still been able to manage it.
So that's the reason why I stopped because I said that doesn't really make any sense. How can you say, "Oh, why didn't we see the squad depth today?"
No, because
we're not going to see every single game.
I mean.
And to be fair to them as well, their bench have scored a lot of goals. Their bench have scored actually a lot of goals.
You know when you
which
have
is also
squad
part of
depth,
the squad
right?
depth.
Yeah.
What it's all nice and get into finals or get into latter stages of tournaments and being top of the table for majority of the season. If the squad depth doesn't get you over the line, it's bullshit.
No, but that's the
It's, no,
opposite.
hold
That's
on.
the-
But I'm saying, that's the context I mentioned it.
But you got too
I'm
early.
saying,
But you're even-
no,
you
I'm
can't
saying,
say
where
where
was it
was
even?
it?
No,
You're going a little bit too early with that one. I'll be real, you're going a little bit too early with that one.
No, I'm not.
Because come May, we could be having a different conversation
On
about their squad
paper,
depth.
no, because on paper, looking at both lineups, Arsenal had the strong squad.
Right.
So we
We
can't
had a
even.
stronger squad than
Yeah, but
Brighton.
they didn't lose them the game today, bro. That wasn't the
You're
big
doing that thing where you're trying to overlook the statement.
I'm trying to
no,
look
no,
at
no,
it.
no, no,
One
no.
second. What you said was, and what he said was correct. Squad depth gets you to the finals, gets you to top of the league for so long, and then those one-off games like a final.
City just plays better.
He's mentioned
and they got that
directly,
all
for
right.
example, directly he mentioned Eze not being there. That's fine. Okay, Eze not
After
there.
I mentioned
And,
Gabriel Diaz.
Eze's not not available because he's been a good run of form for the last few weeks. But you got Havertz, who you said will be important at this point in the season.
100%.
Havertz still has a good relationship with Gyökeres apparently.
Nah, you would, but
Hold on. My point is this: you're mentioning certain players that are not in this team, right? But you said that you got the best squad depth in Europe, so therefore, him not being there shouldn't be an issue, especially when you look at a weakened Man City side who also have to look deep into their depth because they're playing a whole makeshift backline that we haven't seen all season, right? And to be honest with you, apart from that first 10 minutes, they
but the thing
they
is,
were quite comfortable.
listen, I get your point.
They're not scrubs. Trouble winners. I can
Let
come
me
in and play
let me
50 games
talk,
for the
let me
Champions
talk.
League.
They're trying to downplay now.
Let me talk.
Go on.
I barely
Yeah, go
spoke
on.
with you, right? Listen, I get your point that you said about their squad depth. I hear that. But this particular game, bro, what lost it for these guys? Mentality, bro. I'll be real.
Mentality.
Mentality
On the
lost in
day,
this
yeah.
game. And this reminded me, when I was watching them playing today, it reminded me when I was at Wembley, Carabao Cup, right? Against Liverpool. When we looked at that lineup that Liverpool put out, it was kids. And we're like, yo, we're going to win this game, right? But I'm seeing Enzo misplacing passes. I'm seeing Caicedo not moving like his normal self. Gusto, arguably player of the season for us, if it wasn't for Palmer. He was just misplacing passes and being edgy and stuff, right? And that's what I saw a lot in that second half. I know you said initially he started off alright. Kai Havertz, big chance.
Yeah, big
should be
chance.
scoring that, right? Saka had chances after that miss. He should be scoring too. But in the second half, it was wave after wave after wave of attack. And you could even hear in the ground that the atmosphere shifted from Arsenal fans to the City fans now. Because the way they were shooting was towards the City end, right? I could even hear on the TV that was the City fans that were lively. And you could even see when Man City were attacking them, it kind of looked to me like, when a boxer's about to get knocked out and they're just on the ropes a little bit and they need to get themselves together. That's what it looked like to me. So yes, Kepa was at fault for the goal, but that's what happens. You buy your luck, bro. Football at times is just about luck. You buy your luck. You buy. Hold on. You buy your luck, right? And like I said, their mentality today, they didn't know how to handle it because, bro, this is their first time going to Wembley as a team. This was their
And I
first
know
time
that,
going to
and-
Wembley as a team.
I know that,
right?
but look, for example, if you want to actually look at the
The
game,
mentality
I
lost them
also
the game
believe,
today,
I
bro,
also
be real.
believe the Kepa moment psychologically done them. I do believe that. I think that's why the
But it was only 1-0,
No,
they had
I'm
enough
saying,
time
no,
to
but I'm
come
saying,
back,
I'm
bro.
saying, but in the swing of the game mentally went to City's favour once that Kepa mistake, because you saw
Yeah,
that
before that, before that.
So I was at the
momentum
game.
will
I was
change.
at the
Go
game.
on.
They had this from the start of the second half. So in the first half, I noticed. I don't know if it was every game, but they got the press right.
Yeah.
So when Kepa had the ball and he was looking for options, they pressed with the front four. And then obviously the midfield
stood there waiting.
And they
They
closed the
stood there
passing lanes.
waiting.
So there was no
Yeah.
passing lanes, and we had to keep going long and compete for it with Havertz, and that's what we wanted. Havertz and Gyökeres, they competed, and I think they've done it really well. So I thought we'd go into halftime, change it somehow. Hincapié was on a yellow card. I think that affected us badly as well.
Yeah.
Because I think he should have probably come off earlier.
He looked rattled.
Yeah,
You couldn't see his facial expressions
that first
on
goal,
TV. He was
and
rattled.
that first goal, yes, it's a Kepa mistake, 100%. It's not an anyone else mistake. It's a Kepa direct mistake.
Facts.
But because Hincapié was on that yellow, they bypassed him too easily on that
They
on
targeted
that
him.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And he didn't press. He wasn't aggressive because he's on yellow. So he stood off them. Obviously, Cherki running behind the cross. Hincapié being on yellow, I'll be honest, if I was Arteta, I think you should show your
Should've taken
bravery.
him off.
He's shown us in the Everton game that he went for it and everyone praised him for that. And in the same way, I think he made the wrong decision by just not hooking Hincapié at half time. I think I would have. Calafiori is good enough, clearly. There's a picture of the press actually. Calafiori is good enough, clearly, to play any game of football. His first, I'm the defender, his first goal for Arsenal was against City at the Etihad. So I think, you know what, be brave, bring on Calafiori, show everyone we're trying to win this game. Hincapié's on yellow, he was on it from the first half. Why keep him on for so long? And that actually ended up being a part of to play in the game. The goal and Semenyo's performance, of course. The press was really good. Second half, we came out. I think they just tore us a new one. I think second half.
That's
what I'm saying.
The
That's why
the goal was the mistake, but genuinely, it was one of them. I was sat next to Chunks, and it was one of them ones I was like, they have all momentum now. They've had about 10, 15 minutes.
bro.
If we survive this swing of momentum, then we'll be in a good place. But if they score in here, it's long.
You know
and
what?
they
You know
scored
what?
in that
Yeah,
window, and it was long.
You know what? Yeah, like I know
They were
Arsenal's
killing us.
attack. Arsenal's attack gets a lot of heat, but their midfield doesn't get a lot of heat. You know, yeah. That pairing of Zubimendi and Rice, the way I hear people talking about it at times is as if it's one of the. It's like an amazing midfield which never gets bopped, right? They're always bopping. You know, they're very good at breaking the lines and playing progressive football. I'm sorry, bro. I saw Rice today majority of the time, right? Running away from the central positions and trying to pick up the ball in like a wide area to then pass it on to someone else. Zubimendi, in a lot of these big games I've watched him this season, right? He goes hiding a lot.
He's made a lot
you know
of
what I mean?
mistakes.
He goes hiding a lot, bro. And even with, like, again, I don't want to go back to Chelsea, but even when we play these guys, I never really look at their midfield as a battle that they win against us. It's usually the corners that they scored against us, or something happens at the back. It's never really the midfield. Rice, I'm sorry, this guy is a guy that guys are saying, you know, should arguably be player of the year and, you know, Ballon d'Or conversations. I did not see anywhere near that. Saka's going to get a lot of the heat. Yes, of course, he's one of their attackers. But Rice in that midfield today failed to dominate. Zubimendi today failed to dominate, right? All these guys had fresh trims and, bro, they were looking like they were looking needy, bro.
I've analysed this game completely.
They were looking needy.
I've analysed it completely different. I've heard where Sharky's saying, but I look at it different. Today was a cup final, right? Cup finals, you have to win the game, right? So there's no draw. So you can't be too pragmatic. You have to be sort of, you know, attacking.
But this is how they play.
Also, in that first 10, 15 minutes, had they scored that goal when they had the Havertz chance, which I thought again it was lackadaisical with that attempt. But if they scored in that wave, in that moment, it's a completely different game because Arsenal will go full out pragmatic, hold that lead, and then maybe try to nick another one later on when they put on Martinelli on the pitch. They've shown that pattern a lot this season. That's what
score first and then
lock it off,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
maybe try to, and then and they back themselves when it comes to being defensive, being solid, being stable at the back, and then they bank on, and they know they are confident enough. They know they will get those opportunities on the transition,
and they're not going to give many clear-cut chances too.
Yes,
yeah.
So because initially in that first 20 minutes they didn't get that goal, what you start to see is as the game's going on, City are growing into the game.
Confidence.
Arsenal fading out of the game, right?
And they didn't get many corners today. They didn't get many corners today either.
They didn't. They got enough. They had enough. They had enough. They had enough. I think they had enough. They had enough.
They should not. Usually they get more.
My opinion for that point is, yeah, it's a cup final, and I see it differently. And if you look at the video I did here with Babuvi, he actually was closer to the result. He said 3-0 City, and we found it funny. But I said 1-0 Arsenal. if you look at SS's socials at Ball League on Monday, we got asked to do predictions. I said 1-0 Arsenal. The reason I say that is because it's a cup final. Both teams usually are a bit more tense and nervy and pragmatic. If you look at most finals, obviously last year's Champions League final against PSG was 5-0, forget that. But there was like 5 years in a row, it was 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. If you look at World Cup final, 06 penalties, 10, Spain 1-0,
you know what, my point is not
14
about
Germany
scoring,
1-0. What I'm saying, talking about the approach, I don't think the approach was wrong. I always thought it was going to be
wrong.
I'm saying I always thought it was going to be a tight game. I didn't go and you're talking about me being confident about this game. Yes, I thought we were
being
favourites.
defensive again. I'm not talking about the approach. I'm not
because you brought up
criticising
this
the
cup
scoreline.
final, you're talking about you have to go for the game, and I agree. What I'm saying is our approach in the first half, I have no problem with. I've been here and said the second half we got destroyed, and that's what won them the game. But the reason you brought up it's a cup final, you have to go for it, is because you probably expected, I don't know, a different performance in terms of how we set out. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. I'm just saying. No. I'm just.
I thought how we set out initially was fine.
I'm just saying we've seen patterns of how Arsenal played this season, and again, I just think because it's a cup final, you, like I said, you kind of have to go for it, and I think they did go for it initially. I think their aim, personally, in Arsenal was score as early as quickly as possible, and then we'll go back to our normal pragmatic approach we do in a league game.
That's the thing, though. This is the thing, though. They've got the privilege of having an elite defense.
Yeah, and that's my thing. So when I say they obviously City grew up the game and they got to half time, second half. There was that another wave. Now, obviously, City got the confidence.
It was wave after wave.
It was wave after wave of wave. Like he said, they were kind of expecting. If they could see out that wave, then they can, try to get back, and then maybe go for their own wave of attack and try to nick a goal. But in a cup final, you're kind of, when you attack, obviously, you're gonna allow more spaces, right? And I think what City did as the game grew and also got a bit more desperate to get that chance or get, to try go higher up the pitch, is where Turkey started picking up spaces.
You got,
Semenyo picking up the ball. Rodri, who for me was man of the match, by the way.
I think Turkey was man of the match.
Yeah, Turkey was obviously on the eye aesthetically pleasing, but I feel like Rodri on the pitch, he was violating at one point. But I'm saying Rodri for me looked like the Rodri of old, and I think it was a tactical masterclass a little bit from Pep, where he made it seem like it was going to be another Rodri just on his own, but it wasn't. At times you saw maybe Bernardo next to him, and then you see Cherky coming a bit deeper with next to him as well. So it at times felt like almost like a double pivot, and at times it felt like a 3-man midfield. And I don't think Arsenal fully prepared for that.
Well, in the second half, they just
they picked you up. They
changed the build. They built up in a different way. They let Nico Riley pick up those positions where he's comfortable in. He didn't do, in the first half, was playing as a left back.
They outnumbered you,
In the first half, plays as a left back. Second half, that's when the game changed. Second half, they outnumbered us in midfield. Nico Riley joined the midfield. Obviously, he ended up scoring 2 goals. But even
all the triangles like in person. It was
good. We had a couple of good moments as well with triangles. It's football. There's times where they look good, we look good. But what changed the game essentially is the change in Nico Riley's role. Even if he didn't score, that still would be the same thing. And the change in his role in the second half. And us, I think, taking too long to switch out Nkapia and bringing on someone like Martinelli. I think he should have came on a lot earlier. I think our changes were too delayed. I think today, I agree. I think today our in-game management wasn't great, and that's and that showed for this specific game. My opinions don't change across the whole season. I think we've been the strongest team in Europe all season, whether you like the way we play or not. But in terms of strongest team in Europe,
I'll be real
today was a cup final. Today was a final. It was our first final in 6 years. And we've just been outclassed by a manager who's been in many finals and knows how to win. And that's what I'm disappointed by.
One thing I will say, right, is again, today you guys were nervous. Again, first time for a lot of these guys going to Wembley, right, getting to a final together. But they do have another opportunity to get to Wembley again with the FA Cup.
They probably will, and I think they will.
You're one game away. You're one game away. So when that game happens, obviously you're probably going to play, I don't know, maybe you will play Chelsea again.
Maybe City again.
Right? Could be City again. So that will really show you guys if they have learned from this, because this is experience, bro. Sure. You learn from your mistakes. Arteta's going to learn from today. A lot of the players will learn from today, right? And you got to go into the next game, if you get to Wembley again, which you should do, with a different mentality, bro. Because today, I honestly just look at that game and forget about the tactics and that. I know Pep tactically, I wouldn't say it's outclassed Arteta. He was better than Arteta. But sometimes it's just the basics of the game, bro. The mentality today from a lot of these players was not there, bro. Like, so many players, you can look at so many players today. Who can you say, I'll probably say maybe only Gabriel and Saliba.
Saliba was class. Other than that,
Saliba specifically, yes.
Saliba was immense,
Saliba
right?
was class.
But if you look across the team, Trossard, poor. Saka, poor. Rice, poor.
But
Zumendi, poor. Gyökeres, poor.
Don't look at
Everyone
the
was
attack.
poor.
Look at the attack. They like I said, they know deep down that their attack It's not been great all season, right?
Right, yeah,
They've been
yeah.
covering it up with the wins and they've been grinding up, finding ways to win the games. But ultimately, their attack has not been good enough. They don't have enough game changers in their attack. You know, outside of Bukayo Saka, who should be the poster, but he should be the guy that, you know, should be grabbing matches from the scruff.
Are you not worried about Saka? I want to hear from.
He's not doing it.
Do you think that Saka will be back to the Saka that we know, or do you think that this is just him now? Like,
No, I believe we had the same conversation however many weeks ago, and I fully agree. Like this season hasn't been good enough. He said it himself he done an interview with Paul Merson. He said, this season not been as consistent as I would have liked. We had the conversation because you said there was that one season, and then you started listing it, and it was every single season getting better and better and better until this season. Everyone knows, they can see with their eyes, he's had warranted criticism. But for me to now write him off and say, he's meaty,
That's a reach.
For me, I'm more than comfy given what he's done for the football club. And again, they're gonna say, but what did you win? Well, given how much he got us out the pits of fighting in, again, mid-table and then 8th to 5th and whatnot, I'm more than happy to see what happens next season. Granted, today was bad. And the reason why, again, I was confused with what you were saying earlier, I'll get back to the Saka thing, is because I wanted to know why it took I don't know how long we were recording, half an hour to give the City players any praise. It can't just be every single thing. Of course, bad.
No.
Of course, we played terrible, but we can't just also ignore. Again, it's not like we played some scrubs or something. Again, Rodri, who, granted, when he first came back, we were saying, Wagwan here, he's playing with one knee or whatever. Today he was class. Obviously, Ryan Shirky. No, I didn't like what he done with the little kick-ups, but he was very, very technically sound. And that's one of the big differences, I think, with Semenyo being ball-footed, Shirky being ball-footed, Doku dribbling. They had outlets that can keep the ball for a little bit. When you're under a bit of pressure, let's say that first 20 minutes or so, you get the ball to them, they can get you out a little bit. Whereas on Arsenal's side, Nkapie gets it or Ben White gets it, they're just launching it and hoping that Gyökeres wins a flick on to Saka, who, again, Saka hasn't had that burst to be able to get in behind. That's why I was going to come back to the Saka
I agree
thing,
with you on that. The difference was in the outlets, but then again, does that come down to the difference in quality in between the two? Because I think the only moment where I felt also I'm trying to make something happen is when Calafiori came on. Calafiori, left back, being the guy that feels like trying to make something happen. It's worrying for a team that you've invested so much on in a cup final where yes, you've been consistent all season, but these are teams playing.
I think a lot of fullbacks, the role of the position has changed.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Look at PSG.
City's win.
Look at O'Reilly getting a brace. That's the thing. But
he was playing left back.
Listen, Nico O'Reilly getting a brace. You're right. That even lands the point even better. You got Nico O'Reilly that scored 2 goals, but at the same time, Ryan Cherky's pulling the strings. You saw how unplayable he was today. You got Semenyo. Again, that's his first cup final. That's his first cup final in a City show. That's his first cup final, I think, in his career.
But
this is the thing, and I always say these are the moments where you want your best players, you want your players to basically essentially come out with some sort of individual brilliance, individual moment, even when you are not playing well. And that's the difference between Arsenal and maybe the top sides in Europe. Bayern Munich, the PSG, and even Man City, who are not at their best this season. They can show you that even if they're out of form, like Real Madrid did to them in the Champions League, they got enough quality that can get those carry them through. I don't feel like Arsenal have enough of that. They don't. As much as they want to feel like they do on paper. It doesn't match up with what you're actually.
I don't think guys are disagreeing with you though. That's my confusion.
I'm just elaborating on your point. That's what I'm saying.
I get the point they're making, right? Look, let me ask you, Sharky, right? Sure. What attackers do you want? Name me the attackers that you want next season.
The market's different, but
the market.
I can name you positions. Who's available. I don't know who's available.
Left wing
positions. I would
Come
love
on, bro. I can name you some left wingers.
Okay, give me some left wingers. I'll tell you what I like out of them. Okay.
Indai.
He plays both sides really.
Yeah, but he plays more. Is more of a left winger than he's a right winger.
Okay.
Yeah, Indai. Would you take him?
Carry on. I don't know. Tell me the options. I want options.
Right. So Indai, obviously Semenyo's gone. You've got.
There's not many.
You've got. What's his name?
Minte. You want attackers. You want attacking.
You've got Matoma.
Matoma's too old.
At this point, we're kind of going it a little bit though. I thought you were going to start saying Kvara and stuff. And I said
no, but Kvaratskhelia not going to leave PSG. I'm saying realistic.
Obviously, I'm saying there's no big realistic. Rodrigo was the only one when I got ACL.
I'm not going to mention him because ACL. Exactly.
I'm saying he's the only one at like a world level currently. Everyone else, yeah, sometimes you get lucky with Liverpool. Done it really well where you sign players that are on the cusp or like Semenyo went to City. Bournemouth.
He was the one.
Bournemouth.
Bro,
He was the one.
Minte's a player, bruv.
Semenyo was the
I like
one. No, this
Minte.
kind of players were the one. Or we could end up with a Pedro Neto or Garnacho. It doesn't work.
You what?
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't rule that out.
And it doesn't work. But I'm saying it doesn't work. I can tell you what positions I want. Yeah, I'd love a new left winger. I'd love another a different striker option. We need attacking players to. Because we don't have the quality there, and I agree. I've never sat here and said we have the best attack in the world. But I don't think we have a strong attack. Right? I said we have a strong squad depth, and we have the best defensive unit in world football, 100%.
Yeah, but I think a lot of your families get offended.
And that a lot, and I think, look, what he's saying, off the back of what he's saying, I agree with a lot of what he's saying. When it's not fueled by hatred towards Arsenal, I agree with a lot of things what he's saying, is the reason we're going to win the league is because of the squad depth, right? Because we have a strong enough team to win most of our 38 games. You can't, even when our attack isn't strong, we're the highest scorers in the league because our goals don't just come from our attack. But when it comes to finals, they're one game. And your finals are won by these
moments,
difference makers.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough of these different makers to face up against. So we saw today, which I was confident going to this game, but not too confident. I said 1-0, but we saw it today. And we could see it now, and I'm worried, in more cup finals that we might have FA Cup final, Champions League final. The league, I think we're going to win it because of our squad depth. We've got enough to beat teams. But finals are different to winning a league campaign. Finals are different. It's one game. You need
even
this.
the league campaign.
Well, we've got
Actually, we're in trouble.
You know what I mean?
think you're in trouble.
So now that's the next point.
Okay.
The psychological impact of this game into the league. What do you think that does?
I think it has a massive. I think that's why you saw Pep celebrate like he's never celebrated it. Like he thought he won the Champions League for the 5th time in his career.
You see,
Bro,
kick the side.
the reason why is because I think he understands the psychological importance of this game more so than the actual trophy itself. I genuinely believe that. I think he looks at this and looks at this could be not to necessarily. It's not a guarantee. But he looks at it like this could be the kick for what they needed to get.
Of course, they're going to use it as a boost.
For confidence, for motivation. Because now they're out of the Champions League, they just want silver. Now they could be like, you know what, we can believe and push on for the league title, whatever it is, right? Then I'll look at the flip side of it with Arsenal, and I think it does a lot of damage to them mentally. You spoke about the reason being mentally they got done today, and I think this, again, it's that hoodoo over. You still haven't won a trophy, and then on top of that, it's like, going in maybe in the next final, they might have this playing on their head, or even now in the title running, they might have that uneasiness in games, which they already had. They already had that uneasy feeling.
You know what scares me, Oliban, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You see what it's about the City team, bro. I would love
They
for
are
it to be true.
inconsistent. They
That's
are
my
inconsistent, and I
thing.
don't dispute that, which is why Arsenal are favourites.
We looked at the win against Liverpool and was like, yo, that's going to be the boost.
That looked like it. It felt like it.
It felt like it. But I'm sorry,
feel-
I'm not. I haven't said once I think Man City are going to win the league now because they haven't got the KDBs and these guys, right? But as a Chelsea fan, I'm hoping. But I'll be real. I still think Arsenal are going to win the
And
league.
another thing, you sat here and
could be a
hosted the
boost.
face-off of me and Boofy.
Yes.
And one of the questions you asked was, the winner of this cup would go on to win the league. And I put.
You disagree. I know. That's why I'm not coming at you for that.
No, I'm not coming at you.
I'm not coming at you.
And I said that thinking we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
I'd never thought this game would impact the league.
Yeah.
And whether we won or we lost, people are going to use that as fuel, as narratives, news stories, and whatever. But because, and I've been saying the whole time, the reason why I still feel we're comfortable to win the league, partly is because I trust us to be, we're harder to beat and we're going to win more games. And other parties, I don't trust the City team.
No, and
I disagree with you a little bit.
That's my opinion.
And it's not for sure. It's your
I think
opinion.
City will still drop points.
My
And if they
opinion
don't,
on that
I think we've got a good enough gap.
So because again, people were trying to crash me for this whole thing that I said about Leicester 2016, right? And the point that I was making is that I feel like Arsenal are in a bit of a one-horse race where they're not the best, but it's like it don't matter what they do up there. The teams below them are just
a
not.
couple weeks ago.
It's
The title
done,
race.
bro. Listen, I think you're gonna win the league personally, innit?
Yeah.
Man City, they're not. When you drop points, they're gonna drop points too. And it's similar to what happened with Leicester, bro. Like that Leicester season when they won it, everyone else was on some fuckery, bro. And that's why I said, us next season, I'm praying that we are serious in the summer.
You're not
because
going to be.
I know.
Maybe them. We'll speak about you in a second.
We'll talk about
disagree about what
I'm just saying. Let me
Go
finish my point.
on.
Last point, yeah.
Go on.
The point that I was making before was that this Arsenal team, you've been the most consistent out of everyone. If you win the league, you're not gonna care how you've done it. I'll just say, you know what? Fairs. I'm just saying that going on to next season onwards, the teams that are around you, right? Bro, they can catch you. They can catch you with the right signings, bro. Because this team that I look at, I'm sorry,
but just not you.
You've got an elite defense. You can say that, cool, that's fine. You've got an elite defense, but other areas of your team, bro, I'm sorry, they're not levels. Your attack's not levels. Your midfield's not levels. It's your defense that is elite, bro. And that's what gets you through a lot of games. We saw it today in the first half, bro. Man City had like 0.00 something XG. They barely created any good chances. They had to be clinical when they scored their goals. That is what gets Arsenal through a lot of their games. It's their defense more than their attack.
Most goals in the league.
Also, what's stopping Arsenal from signing a forward in the summer as well? Why only like Chelsea and United are gonna?
You can change, but end of the day, we've seen Arteta now long enough, right, to see, you know, how again, you know, sometimes he was a bit attacking and whatnot, but I've seen this guy a lot now. Where for me, I'm like,
he smashed your head a lot of times as well, like 10 times.
He's quite pragmatic as a manager. You know, I don't see him just changing his style of play all of a sudden to go back to the Arteta that first came. I think he's gonna carry on playing like this.
Player, anyway. To go to what you're going to say there, I'm actually slightly more towards Liban's side on this one. I still believe Arsenal win the league. However, initially, I'm thinking again, Carabao. Me personally, not just because we lost or whatever. Guys know from years, I don't really care about the Calabash Cup. And I've been calling that for time. Calabash Cup.
Calabash.
That's what they're doing. I don't care about it.
No.
He's saying
Let me make my point. Because I'm agreeing with him. However, the manner in which we lost, I didn't like that. Like, you can lose finals, you might get outplayed because, again, City, that's a team that, again, they've won, you know, many.
Bro, come on.
No, but the manner, these guys...
I'm saying, it's still Man City.
Yeah, but the way these guys collapse in that second half to the point where it's like, there's nothing for us to even defend that with. That performance, there's nothing there. And it is going to play on your mind naturally to the point where, mentally in my head, again, I know it's 9 points, but technically, let's say 6, assuming whatever games in hand. In my head, it's a 3-point gap. Because we're not going to go to the Etihad. Given that at Wembley, in a neutral ground, it felt like it was the Etihad. We're not going to go there and get a result. So therefore, I'm thinking it's a 3-point gap now. Whereas before today, had we lost on the calm thing, 2-1, 1-0, whatever, I'd still be thinking, you know
Who
what?
you got next? Who you got next to Lily?
Bournemouth.
At home, innit?
Yeah.
But they've got they're going to the bridge.
Who?
City.
Oh, bro.
You remember nice, bro?
Man say when they go to the bridge and he's smiling at me like you know the bridge is I keep telling you, man, the bridge is a brothel, bro. Like it's blue light district.
But it's
blue light.
It's the performance. I can't lie. The performance. I didn't like what I saw in that second half, and I know whether they try and do the interviews of like, oh, it's different. It's the same as like every year when they ask them, does it feel a bit different this year? Of course you're going to say yes. You're not going to say after the 22-23, oh yeah, we feel the same way. Or the next year we feel the same way. Obviously, it's going to be getting to you. So I just, what I saw,
but I didn't
like it. But I still feel like we're going to win the league.
I just think that psychological part is something that I feel like is very much undermined in sports.
Yeah,
not just football in general. I think once you see a pattern, it's until you literally break it, it's always gonna be there, right? I'm saying, of course, also in a comfortable position, they almost feel like they got 100 trophy. They're in a stable position, but again, City gonna get that confidence now, take it to the Etihad. They also have the game in hand. It could, like you said, be 3 points. If it gets to 3 points, I could see Arsenal mentally feeling the pressure.
If it gets to 3 points, then I'll have a different opinion.
Yeah, in game.
Right now,
I'm just saying, like, I'm saying the nerves, though. Even prior to this, I'm saying the nerves. Even though you've been winning the games the last few weeks, you still feel the uneasiness and the nerves in the stadiums, amongst the fans, on the players.
I know. I agree.
And that's what I'm trying to say. And against Chelsea, you got obviously you got your win. Was against
Spurs before that.
No, but even Spurs, I wouldn't really count that one. But I'm saying the Brighton one as well. Like you sense the uneasiness, the nerves. That's gonna keep happening. And right now you got the wins, but there will come a time.
It could be 12 points.
I'm saying there could be easily come a time where, for example, Bournemouth. I know on paper you should easily beat them comfortably. To be honest with you,
look at that.
A bit inconsistent.
They play first.
I wouldn't be surprised.
We play first.
Yeah, you
play first.
Could be 12 points before. Could be 12 points before.
It could be 12 points.
But what I'm saying to you see Bournemouth home. I wouldn't be surprised if you drop points. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen.
Bournemouth for a good team,
but I'm saying you wouldn't be surprised.
That's not a shock.
Because it's the cup finals playing in their head. The crowds might be uneasy. The crowd might start feeling unnerved. If it's 0-0 60th minute, now the crowd started to get a bit nervous now. Like, that's going to happen. And it might not be perfect every single game. And if City...
Yeah, but this City team that I agree have the mental edge over us 100%.
Yeah.
They've still got players in this team that have won multiple league titles. Yes. Bernardo Silva's still in his team. He's won 4 in a row. Rodri's still in his team, who scored the winning goal in the Champions League final, won the treble. Ake. We're talking about Ake, who started this game.
He was good today.
He played over 40 games that season.
Yeah.
So, like, he didn't just win the treble. He was a big part of that treble winning team. They still have these players. Pep as your manager.
Yeah.
They have the mental edge 100%. So I get that.
Yeah.
But also, this City team with the better mental edge still just drew back-to-back games against 2 relegation.
And that's why I
teams.
still think Arsenal still will win because I think
Yeah, because
although we are slightly, we're going to be worse off for it.
Inconsistent.
I still don't believe that as much as everyone's going to come and do the whole shark, like whatever, they're going to do it.
Man City
Every
still have
time we
their
drop points,
doubts.
I
They
come
have
on
their
here,
doubts.
they come and tell me the shots are coming, and then they drop points again.
Yeah.
So that's why I still say I think Arsenal will win it by a smaller margin than
What it
what
looks
is
like
going to be
already.
comfortable. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I still
I told him
believe.
it will be a tennis match.
I think going
gonna
into
be a
that City
tennis
game will be
match.
12
But I
points.
think, yeah, but right now
I wouldn't mind.
I think it'll be 12 points. I listen again.
Does that mean you're not going to do this little
think we
favour?
We're not doing no favour at the bridge. Forget about it. We're
get
better
the
away
12.
from home.
We'll get a point. Callum
about
McFarlane
it.
got a point,
Man
bro.
City get a point.
Sack
Believe,
Rossini.
it's not
Sack
Rossini.
Rossini.
Believe.
Let Callum
Sack Rossini.
McFarlane do caretaker for that
Oh,
match. Let him do caretaker for that match and draw. But we need to move on. But my final statement on this, look, obviously I know Manny said he doesn't really rate this cup, and I know people.
No, you still want to win it.
People
Just to
have
clarify.
historically said Mickey Mouse Cup, all that stuff. If every time someone loses it, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. When you win it, it's a trophy. I'm gutted we lost this game. I was at the final. I was there at the stadium. I'm gutted we lost this. I'm gutted we lost this game. But win or loss, this game always still felt like an appetizer trophy. It's still this wasn't the one we come out to win. We want to win
For
the
you
Premier
guys, it shouldn't be an
no,
appetizer trophy,
But what I'm
though.
saying, win or loss. If we won this game, I'll be here obviously a lot happier. But I'll still be sat here and saying I'm so glad I beat Man City. But I'm happy to beat Man City because it was Man City. I'm happy we beat them because we got one over Pep. I'm happy with more than the trophy. It's more the psychological side of things, right? This was always going to be an appetizer to.
Are you happy? Do you think the breaks come at a good time then for you guys to like reset?
Well, it's
recoup?
such a break. It could be a good thing.
slightly
What I'm
the
saying is,
opposite for me.
I'm gutted we lost this game. We lost the final. But if I'm now going to have to be positive and look on the bright side, because I have to as a fan, and go, cool, now we have to look forward. I can't change that result. I hope we use this as a learning curve, because like I said, we're going to be at Wembley again this season.
Yep.
We beat Southampton, we're back in Wembley. And we don't let things else happen, because Arteta's got some things to fix up on, because I think his in-game management wasn't great. And the players now have to understand that
You'll be back at
you
Wembley,
can't
man.
do
You'll
this.
be back.
I think
You'll
the
be
league
Southampton.
is the league. I think the league I'm very comfortable. But if we're in all 4 competitions end of March,
Yeah.
I want to at least couple it with another trophy. Whether it's the league and FA Cup double, which is the Arsenal speciality, we've done that in 98 and 02. That's a very successful season. Whether it's the league and the Champions League, which has only ever been done by Pep and Ferguson, we need to fix up massively. But the quadruple's done. No
You've
one's
lost
done
the
that ever for a reason.
You know these lot have lost the League Cup 4 times. You know, final.
We've never, yeah.
Mad, you know.
Yeah, it's
More,
crazy.
more,
We're not good
more.
there, man.
We've been a part
They
of
haven't
that
won
too.
the
There's
League
4
Cup
in a row.
since
Yeah, I know.
90s,
95.
93.
93 is it? Or 95? Oh.
93.
Yeah,
93.
all of us in this ring won about it. I don't think it was about them times. Nah,
Yeah, 93. But look, we lost the game, and we've still got 3 trophies to play for. It's more than you guys can say.
I
So
only think you only walk away. I only think you only walk away with the league title. Genuinely.
I'm
No, which is fine. No, it's fine. But it's like I just don't. I think for where you were at. It's still an achievement.
I would take that right now. I'll take that
I
now.
promise you right now. If you said to me right now,
Fairs.
shake my hand. Guaranteed Premier League alone. Or
you take it 100%.
Or see how it goes. You might not.
Yeah.
Other trophies.
Of course.
Well,
you
I'll
would
shake
take-
hands.
I
Say, "Don't take Prem,"
know.
I'll
I
move on.
know. Of
So
course, because
if
of where
that is
you're
the
at.
case,
but
that's
I'm saying
successful season.
once you win that trophy, because
We'll see what happens.
even as a United fan, I've been there where seasons where you feel like, we could have got more. You feel it.
I ain't greedy, bro. When you're homeless,
I know.
and
but
someone
I'm
gives
saying
you one
for where
biscuit,
were
it's
at,
fine.
I
you're
hear
gonna
it,
look-
I hear
If
it.
you, let's say for example, you go to an FA Cup final, lose that.
I'll take that right now.
No, but he's used to his team winning it every year.
You'll be happy. You'll enjoy
He
your
ain't seen-
summer.
he ain't seen-
You're
he ain't seen this
Premier
since
League
what,
champion.
bro?
But a part of you will
True,
feel
true.
like Liverpool felt.
No,
during
that
the
was
cup era,
worse.
You're gonna feel like something's missing. You're gonna feel like
But
something
you know,
was
as
missing.
Trent
from that
himself
season.
was posting
Yeah.
with the trophy saying, I'm hungry, you want to get the 4 or whatever. It's
Yeah.
It's true though. You have to. It's true though, because obviously, like Man City, Liverpool, one of the big dogs are out. You know what I mean? Like you've got a very good chance to be picking up a lot. Like Liban's right what he's saying, bro. You know
Look,
what I'm
if
saying?
we go on to win the league plus the league alone, we're all happy.
Yeah.
We're going to win the league and couple it with an FA Cup and a Champions League. No one's going to be thinking about
leave
this
that
Carabao
one to
Cup
us,
loss.
man. Leave that
No
one
one's
to
going to be
us,
thinking
man.
about this Carabao Cup loss.
Just-
It's a shame
why
right
can't
now, but
Bro, just let- just-
I
Can't we
don't
have
think you can keep it.
Leave
with
what
just-
to you?
Can't we just have something?
Chelsea.
Bro, have you seen our record at Wembley? FA Cup. Have you seen our record at Wembley?
allow it, bro.
I can read it to you right
Against
now.
us.
No,
We
I'm
always
saying
beat you at
no,
Wembley.
not against
If you play
man, in
Liverpool,
general.
forget
I
about
can't remember losing to you at
Yeah,
Wembley.
Liverpool
If you play
Arsenal.
Liverpool, don't forget about it.
Liverpool and Arsenal, this tells you ahead,
Our
man.
record. Let me just tell you our record at Wembley, yeah, because it stinks.
We won't even get a record at the Hill Dickinson, man.
Bro.
Tell me about Wembley, bro. Hurry up, man.
Our
The
record.
Premier League Roundup is telling me about his Wembley record,
Bro,
bro.
our record at Wembley, yeah,
Alright, Hill Dickinson.
it stinks, bro. Even before Roman left, yeah. So Chelsea have only won one of the finals that we've got to, yeah. since Pep's been in charge.
No, keep grinding, keep grinding.
We've been to 8 finals. We've been to eight domestic finals since Pep took charge. That was 16-17. We've only won 1 of them, bro. We've lost 7
Could you
finals.
now explain how that interlinks and with the losses?
I'm saying, give us the FA Cup. Just allow us to have
having that, bro.
Allow me to have
I'll make you a deal. I'll make you a deal.
What's that?
You beat City.
Yeah.
You get them a couple suspensions. Get Enzo to like, I don't know, rile them up or something. A couple red cards for like Bernardo and them, man. We'll see what we can do. No promises, but you don't really have much of a choice at the moment, innit? Like,
yeah, man. No, just give us an FA Cup, man. Allow it, please.
We're
I'm on my knees right now.
still in the run for 3 trophies this season. 3 for me,
Bro, you're
3 for
probably gonna
Everton.
just win
Respect.
speaking of 3, thank you very much. Let's go. Everton.
Nah, I can't lie to you. You got a lot to answer for.
Let's
bro.
talk, my boy.
I can't lie. You got a lot to
Bro,
answer
like-
for today still. A lot.
I've like I keep saying, I've got nothing left, bro. Like,
Is it?
you might just go in. You know what I'm saying? Big pause on that as well. Like, just go in and say what you've got to say because I'm a broken man. You know, I've been getting fried all over the TL for certain things I was saying, and you know, a lot of things have been coming back to bite me. But end of the day, you know, like Everton said, they respected the ball, and
They did.
we didn't. You know, we didn't, bro. We came out there. I spoke about mentality. A lot of our players were nervous, man. You know, Caicedo, poor. You know, Palmer, not great in this game. Neto, poor. You know, Fofana, Jesus, Lord. Right? I hope I see this guy at Ball Leagues because we need to have a talk. Yeah? We need to have a talk because I'm sorry, bro. Like, he is disgracing me right now. He is disgracing me right now, bruv. Yeah? Hato, shaky. Cucurella, poor. Sanchez, just back to old Sanchez right now. It's just so many problems right now, and it's got to the point where I'm not even talking much about.
Current.
I'm not even talking much about Rafinha because everything that's going on right now with Chelsea is all the problems at the club which have come to light.
Racina wrote notes for you. He wrote some notes for you.
You know what I'm saying? All these problems have all come to light right now. And end of the day, there's not much that's going to change this season. We're still going to have discipline problems. We're still going to have injuries. We're still going to have players making mistakes. I'm going to start doing watch-alongs on my channel now, yeah, where I've got all the players on a card, I've got their pictures, and it's going to be mistake bingo, right?
Okay.
So whoever makes a mistake, I cross off their name. You get it? Because if you talk about the red cards, we can make nearly 11 of red cards, right?
You have to implement that at school or something.
Bingo, I'm telling you.
It's a good initiative.
Every single
But this game,
week,
we had 11 players. You had no.
we had 11 players, no problem. But I'm telling you, every single week is self-inflicted mistakes, right? Self-inflicted mistakes, sorry. Rafinha, the past 2 weeks, self-inflicted mistakes. The ownership, self-inflicted mistakes. You go and sign Gittins and then you go and sign Garnacho in the same position though, right?
But you're one window away from competing.
We're not far from competing, but end of the day, it don't look like that because they keep keeping us in this roundabout.
What about
bro.
the suspended sentence?
Well, the suspended sentence, it only comes into play if we mess up again in the next 2 years. We'll get a 2-year ban, right? We'll get a 2-year ban. So these guys are not going to break the rules because at the end of the day, the reason why we even got that is because they switched on Roman.
Continuous criminals.
Well,
Because you
Roman,
had a
it was under
transfer ban
Roman.
a couple of years ago, Gel Kuta stuff, and then that's when
Yeah, we
Mason
did,
Mount
we
came
did.
through, and Sam Abraham. So you're criminals.
Well, yeah.
And you like being criminals.
yeah.
And you take pride, you support a team that
What can I do?
actively.
What can I do?
You know what it is?
I can't do
The
anything.
thing is,
Stop supporting them.
supporting them.
the
It's
reason
not
why
happening, mate.
that doesn't
It's
run
in my
is because
blood.
he's a politician. Do you know why?
He's a politician. He's
I
a
watched
diplomat.
it was
He's a diplomat,
Thursday.
he's a
It was
diplomat.
I watched the Thursday
Yeah,
live
yeah,
stream,
yeah.
and this guy, the way he was deflecting things, I was angry tapping at my keyboard. You know, I was in the chat. I was angry because he tried to say, yeah. I remember vividly what actually happened. He said if Chelsea had the exact same squad, right? He didn't want any new forwards or midfielders, nothing. The exact same squad with Mosquera and Hincapié,
yeah.
they would win the league.
He said that.
Now,
I said
somebody,
you're centre-back.
No, and I said a backup centre
I said you're
back.
centre-back.
Let me finish.
Including the backups.
Let me
What
finish.
did you say in this?
No. I want to finish the point as well.
No.
Then somebody-
Reiterate what I said.
No.
I said
Because
you're
after,
centre-backs,
the second
including
time,
your defence.
the second time you changed it because
Well,
Sharky
yeah.
said it and then guys started laughing. You changed it afterwards.
clarified that point, yeah,
but
I
you didn't-
clarified it.
But clarify this part. On the live, you said, yeah, we'd be better. Don't you think we'd be better? You said win the league. Not we will be better. Of course you're going to be better when you're running up with guys like Badia, Chile, Hato. So please clarify for us or just give us a my bad. Do you still believe you would win the league with this exact squad with Nkapie and Mosquera.
Bro, and
Just a my bad yes or no? Just a my bad yes or no?
Hold on.
See the
Let
politician.
me finish my point because we're gonna go back to Arsenal a little bit right now.
No, let's go back to
It's
Arsenal.
not about Arsenal. I'm just asking the
We
question.
don't need to do that. But what I'm saying is, like I said earlier, before we even started speaking about Chelsea, the best part of their team is that they've got an elite defense. People keep trying to do this thing where it's like they're trying to play down how important it is to have a centre back
why I
partnership,
said
bro.
politician?
Yeah. No, you're trying to play it down.
anybody asking
You're trying to
me
play it
this,
down, bro.
which is like a yes or no.
Gabriel and Saliba have won you so many games offensively and defensively, bro. Yeah. You put those two in our team, we are a much better team in this.
said
in
win the
league, yes or no? Not better
There's a
team.
stronger
Of
chance.
course you're-
There's a stronger chance, bro. I don't know if we'd win it,
But
there's a
that's
stronger
what you
chance.
said at the beginning.
Because end of the day,
how
hold
can
on,
you
bro.
now come and say?
Let me go bring this up right
Let
now.
me just bring two of the best centre backs in the
Hold
top
on,
5 in the
hold on.
world, and we're going to
Because
be
you
better.
want to talk about you want to talk about stats. You want to talk about stats.
Did he just
Hold
say
on.
that, yeah?
You want to talk about stats.
he
Yeah? You
actually
want to
say
talk about
that?
stats.
He said they
Let me-
would win the league.
Let me finish.
Nkapie and Mosquera.
Let me finish.
Then the next episode he said, "Oh no, I meant with Gabriel."
Bro, I said, give me their centre backs and give me their centre back depth, and our team is a lot better. We've got a stronger chance
said
of
win
winning
the league.
But okay. You can argue
not
that.
stronger.
He said-
Obviously, you'd have a stronger
Okay,
chance.
okay.
It's win the league, yes
You
or
said
no?
win.
I said-
Everyone else here has done a my bad before.
I said win the league. Right?
so do you still believe
what
that?
I'm saying now is it would give us a stronger chance. We might not win it.
Whoa!
We might not
Who
win
could
it.
have seen that
We
coming?
might not win it.
You bring two
He's
of the
not let
top
me
5
finish.
centre backs in the world.
He's not let me finish. He's not let me finish my
Let's
point.
speak about Everton. Doesn't matter. You
No,
said that.
hold on. Let
Try
me
to get
finish.
you
Let me
through
finish
it.
my
I
point.
agree with him.
Let me finish my point because end of the day, right? When you talk about the goals scored, you guys have scored 61. We've scored 53. Yeah.
a big
You've
difference.
scored one more open play goal
the second
in
one,
comparison
don't
to
worry.
Chelsea, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
And
You've
then we'll go to
scored one more goal. Open
53,
play
61
goal.
is a big difference.
You've scored one more open play goal in comparison to Chelsea, right? But if the biggest difference between us in terms of the whole pitch is our defensive record, bro. We can see goals left, right, and center. We've got like one clean sheet in 13 games, bro.
That's cold, that's cold.
It's
Right.
a big problem for our thing.
That's interesting.
João Pedro right now would be.
He's got something ready.
Hold on.
Yeah, bro, the answer is no. I don't know why he's yapping at this, bro.
Hold on.
The viewers want to move on. He just said no.
Let me finish because he's not let me finish. He's not let me finish my point. João Pedro would be their highest goal scorer right now. Yeah, and like I said, goals this season. I know the past few games have been on a bit of a goal drought, but goals this season haven't been our biggest problem, bro. It's been the defense. Yeah, it's been our defense. So don't get what's so wild about me saying Gabriel and Saliba in this team takes us to another level.
Maybe we just misunderstood. But anyways,
Yeah.
So
Which is the
check
same
this.
for their team as well. Newcastle are leaking a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Right? Everton, again, their home is not their home yet. And the away record, like you've just seen, is mad.
And these are tough games.
They're tough, but like I've said, these teams are gonna want to come out and
And
play.
you like that. You
I like that.
It favours you.
I like that.
That's crazy.
So I said to you, these are tough games. I said they're tough games.
Yeah.
And in those, you spoke about Newcastle, you spoke about Everton, right? And they both beat you to 0, like 1-0, 3-0, clean sheets as well.
Clean sheets as well. You're right.
With the PSG lashings in between. as well.
And then obviously 8-2 as well, in between 8-2, right?
Yeah.
When Rosenia gave notes to Garnacho already 8-2 down, like it's going to change the game.
As if
And
it's
the
like
tie-
Messi or something as well,
like,
bro.
You know what? Probably just said, I don't know what it said, score by score, whatever it said, it counts as 4. I think he thought it was a game changer in Ball League. The line, you know?
Yeah, it was ChatGPT notes, bro. He just copy and
extra
paste
goals.
them.
So that's
This is where they've got the energy back.
No,
They've got the energy back.
because we moved on. This is about you, my
Go,
friend.
go,
It's about
go.
you, my friend. And I will ask you a few questions because you said a lot of things about Bukayo Saka. Said he gets the big bucks. He's the main guy. You rely on him. He's not. I want to ask you the same questions about Cole Palmer
Cole Palmer's not been good. He has not been good this season.
because that's your superstar.
Yes, you're right.
That's your
Have
main
we
man.
seen the
You
best of Cole
trademarked
Palmer?
the celebration this season.
Nah. He'll be back. I believe he'll be back. I
But
believe
Saka
he'll be
coming
back.
back?
No, but listen, Saka can be back. I'll ask you if you think he'll be back, but I don't think you're ever gonna get peak Saka anymore.
Do you
I
think
it's
you get picks Cole Palmer? Do you think
I
what he
think-
gave you in the first season? Do you think what
first
What
season-
numbers did he give you in the first season?
That
Was
first season,
20 odd in the Prem.
I personally don't think he'll be able to replicate that season because that season is one of the best debut seasons we've seen in the Prem,
Facts.
let alone for Chelsea.
But
yeah?
that's not his level then.
So that was like that was different type of levels.
That was one-off.
You're talking
Did you
about
compare him to Bruno then, Taz? Did you compare him to Bruno?
He's what Bruno.
I know.
Give him that
Give him that figures the biggest, yeah. I know. I'm gonna let Bruno
Bruno
this
this
season.
season.
I know for sure if I searched on the tweets and I put Bruno next to it, I know I'm gonna see a
That
comparison.
first season,
There's a lot of
that
names.
first season he played 33 out of the 38 league games. So that's 5. He could have got even more numbers because if he played those 5 games.
because
but
he joined-
started
he
the
joined
season
late, you know? He joined on deadline day.
Yeah, started season says he scored against us as a community shield that same,
Yes,
scored
yes.
that same summer. So he missed 5 games and he's still left with 22 goals, 11 assists in the league alone, right?
Exactly.
Do you think he reaches those kind of numbers again?
Bro, I think he can definitely get like 20 Premier League goals again. Like Palmer is a very good
So
goal
this season
scorer.
is played, but this season
Yeah.
is played obviously a good amount of games. How do you think it's been?
I don't think he's been great this season, bro, by his standards. Because I rate Palmer to a level where I'm like, yo, this is a world class.
So why'd you lose 3-0 anyways?
Bro, we lost 3-0.
Beto bullied you guys.
Bro,
Beto.
It's deep rooted, bro. I look at Chelsea and it's one of the most confusing institutions.
It's the
in world football
the
right now.
most
It's a joke.
confusing institution in English football for sure.
Bro,
and you guys have had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And I generally don't think you guys are anywhere near as bad as where
But they're
they
having
are.
a civil war.
It's a madness.
Yeah, they're having a
But
civil war.
every time from a couple of years ago, hearing that players can't get changed in the same place because too many of them. Even going back to when I was growing up, you had a low knee squad, and you have the loan squad that are separate. You've always been different.
Yeah.
Their academy was a whole different thing. Where
it's a factory.
It's a factory where
you got Vitesse chilling
their,
somewhere as
their
well.
academy was full of players all over Europe. Usually an academy is mostly English players, and then you cherry pick a little bit. You bring a Cesc Fabregas, they bring a Hector Bellerin from Barcelona. They had straight from young. They had all the European kids. From London, and all the best players all around London.
Lucas players than that.
Yeah, and they're offering cab journeys to and from training.
Wow.
They're offering housing, better housing. That's why no one can compete with them. That's why they had the best academy.
Yeah.
But they were recruiting them to then sell them, and then they got players like Gay who got 20 million before they even played the game for them.
Yeah.
They got Amari Hutchinson from us for free, and he sold him for 30 million because he played the one appearance. You guys are a business club. We've always been a business club. It's
They're
just
crypto-
helped.
they're crypto
It's
club.
just helped that you had Abramovich. Doing
No, but the thing is though,
allegedly
you
criminal
say-
activities that's helped you win trophies.
Yeah, but you
now
say-
it's catching up to you, and
Yeah.
now you look at the ownership structure you have, you look at the amount of money you spend, and you look at
Facts.
the squad you have today.
And they still
And
need to.
you know what, I think your squad that you have submitting to the Champions League is worth more than PSG's and they smacked you.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah,
bro,
because-
but this is the thing.
You
though,
guys are
like,
embarrassing.
Yeah, but it is embarrassing, bro. It is. I can't defend it. But that's my frustration.
But you're
Everyone
still
can
looking
see.
at me and saying, we're going to catch up.
Yeah, but
one
bro,
summer.
but hold on,
Like, we're
hold
going to
on.
say
I've seen him on other podcasts and other
don't-
videos. He's there.
I don't believe. I don't believe. Hold on. I don't believe that we're gonna catch up, or compete if we carry on recruiting the way we've been recruiting. Because I'm sorry, it is very clear to see what Chelsea need, bro. Yeah, 3 or 4 starters coming to this team, because let's not act like we haven't got guys like Caicedo, guys like Palmer. I know Palmer hasn't been great, but we've got some good players to build from. The problem with these guys is that they are so obsessed with getting rid of squad players and replacing them with squad players, right? You will never elevate into another level if you're getting rid of a Madueke, for example, and then you're bringing in someone like a Garnacho, bro. We brought in one starter last summer, João Pedro. That's it.
I think Chelsea are, and it's going to sound crazy, I do feel like they're 1 or 2 transfer windows away from being a competitive club. I actually do believe that as well. I'm not like, I'm going to be like, I look at Chelsea, I'm like, they got a good squad. Like they got
superstar talent.
They got
They got
talented.
very good players.
They got they got.
But he calls him Shirley, you call him superstar. Let's just get this right. So I need to know, what is he closer to being Shirley Carter from EastEnders or superstar talent? Because there's a big scale here, and both you guys are the whole.
I was hearing Real Madrid.
So who's closer to being right today? Who's conceding?
I'm not even gonna entertain that.
No,
But anyway,
who's done? Who's close to being right? You call him Shirley Carter from EastEnders.
He's a Real Madrid superstar level
He could be
talent.
Real Madrid player.
Bud with that. I want him gone. I want him gone.
Can I just say what I want to say? Because this
I
guy,
didn't want him in the first
he
place.
yeah, he's on this. He brings it up every 3 months.
But you did say though. You did say it.
I stand by him. I stand by it. So I think he's a superstar. He has superstar potential. I said that.
So I'll keep bringing it up then.
Then we all do. I can't lie. We all do. We all do.
Because you believe it.
Bring it. And
Did you see my actual performance? Do you think I'm superstar potential?
Hey, Saliba was like
Saliba said
so
Saliba
we,
was-
look,
Wenger was
the thing
feeling
is,
it.
yeah, and I'm gonna come back to that one anyway. But
If it wasn't for the.
it's crazy. It's just.
If
yeah,
you're standing
it is
on it,
what
then I can say it.
No, you can say it, but I don't
If you take it
understand
back, I wouldn't
how
have said
that
it.
relates to what I'm about to talk about now.
Do you
I'm not
think
married, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Garnacho? Do you think Garnacho offers anything different to the Usain Bolt compilations that we've seen?
No, I just think
On the A-League.
look, listen.
Because Garnacho's not even fast. He can't dribble. He's not good 1v1. He's not a good crosser.
But you know, I'll be honest with you, and it's not a you problem. It's not a you problem. It's just a world football right now, and the way social media is right now. I don't understand how Garnacho can get that much hate But yet, Gittins, I never hear anyone ever talk about Gittins. I never see Pedro Neto get any sort of criticism.
Oh, I hate Pedro Neto. That guy is
no one near as much as Garnacho. Garnacho almost feels like
Garnacho puts himself out there more.
But at Chelsea,
he's doing it into after the final. He's the one that's.
But that's
he's
Manchester United.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Chelsea,
it follows him. It does follow him.
It does follow him. But my point is
whether
this,
Groove
and
or
his
not,
brother as well.
whether Groove or not, he's a bigger name. He's a bigger name.
The facts are though, and if you wanna, you can be trolly. You can be trolly, but the facts are, if you actually look statistically, he is, whether people agree or not, he is one of the most goals in a team that's not producing much goals in attack. He's still putting up more numbers than most of the wingers. In all competition. I'm saying if you look at his stats, goal contributions in all competitions.
He's doing most though. He's doing more.
There's not much.
I'm not doing the prop.
I'm saying. You
take him back.
I'm saying. I understand. Garnacho is a target. It's easy. He's a target that people like, and a lot of people dislike. I understand it, bro. He's made himself that way. He had an ego. He made himself this as somebody that's not likable. And I understand the frustration. Even as a player, I can understand why people get onto him. That's absolutely understandable. You have to remember though, this boy's been playing since the age of 17, right? He went from 17 into Man United's first team. I believe Garnacho as a player is always been best suited to coming off the bench. He's always been an impact player, right?
But how can I be a Real Madrid superstar and his best thing is being on the bench?
Hold on, listen to what I'm saying.
I don't think Garnacho too much.
No, because now you made it. So this is what you're doing. You open up the can, so let's talk about it then. So you open up the can, so let's talk about it.
Go, give us a soliloquy about how good Garnacho is.
For what he's done at his age now, there's not many young players can actually
talk to him. Hold on.
Let me that point. Let me talk.
Yeah.
Let me talk. Every time I speak, everyone's disrupting. So if I...
You know why? We only speak for 8 minutes.
No, because
we chime on the 9th, and now we've been talking for 8 minutes.
Only thing I've mentioned so far is his fucking age, and you're telling me that I haven't said anything. I'm saying he's 17, that broke into the first team football, right?
Yeah.
Since then till 20, he's only 21 years old now, right?
Yeah, but you know what's irrelevant though? You know what's irrelevant?
I don't want to be on this plane, bro. Let me jump off the plane.
I can't even say anything. Every time I open my mouth, somebody's got something to say.
Let me save you the prop. Let me save you the prop.
You made it a thing because I didn't want to talk about it. Now you're telling me don't make it a thing.
I made one point.
This guy, bro. This guy's an idiot, bro. You're a fucking idiot, bro. You're a fucking dummy, bro. And I know that lost it to your head, you fucking idiot, bro. How you open up and I told you I don't want to talk about it, then you said you want to talk about it. And what the fuck is this guy? You're confused, bro. You're confused, bro. You're confused. This guy's an idiot, bro. He's actually a fool. I'm talking about Chelsea, and you're saying you're talking about Shirley and a superstar, and you're so adamant to get an answer from him, and I'm telling you I don't want to talk about it, but you said no, we have to talk about it. And when I want to talk about it, you're distracted, man, and then saying I'm going around the top. I haven't even said anything. This guy is mad, bro.
No, hold on, leave it.
This guy is mad, bro. This guy is mad, bro. How about we do this then? How about we do this?
Go on.
Say what you want to say.
Okay, this is what I was gonna say, right? Because that was a nothing point. I
didn't make a fucking point. So why are you telling me don't make a point? I haven't made a point because every time I open my mouth, you want to say something.
Yeah,
you fool, bro.
Call me a fool.
Yo, this guy's a fool, bro.
So anyways, we were talking about attacking options you had, and you're talking about how you're close to being in the Premier League title race, right? And I was talking about Sanchez had. No. And then we mentioned Garnacho, and I made a joke. I said, who's closer? You call him Charlie Carter. You call him.
But I'm not. It's just a little bigger than you. I'm actually trying to talk about something, and then all you're trying to do is just hold on a second. I'm actually trying to be objective about Chelsea, and I'm trying to say something. You've then said something about Shirley and Superstar. I said I don't even want to talk about that right now. You said no, we have to talk about it. What do you mean? And then when I want to talk about Garnacho, you're both interrupting me, telling me, oh, you're not letting land. I haven't even said a single statement. So what are you talking about?
So it's your fault for taking 5 minutes.
No, I'm not. Because you keep interrupting. How can I land if you keep opening your mouth?
Talk about Garnacho.
What's this guy talking about? You're a fool.
Call me a fool.
This guy's an idiot, bro. You know what? I'm not even going to talk about Garnacho. Let's just talk about Chelsea. Can we do that?
We should have never signed Garnacho.
Bro,
we should have never signed him.
Of course, you could say that. You could say that in hindsight. You could say that, and I agree to a certain extent. I look at Chelsea, I look at their squad, and it's frustrating because they got 1 or 2 windows where I feel like they can be competitive, but you have the similar issues that we have, where it's kind of like you don't have trust in the ownership, and I feel like that's why you have a civil war right now in your fan base, because there's some people obviously pro blue coat, some people that aren't, right? You got a lot of people that are kind of like, I understand the strategy, some people say, oh, I'm not really feeling this. get these ownership out and whatever. Liam Rosenier coming in, of course, because he's come in and you sacked Enzo, and a lot of people are still angry about the whole Enzo Maresca sacking. He's become now the poster child for Clear Lake and Blueco. So I feel like a lot, as much as you could criticize Liam Rosenier, I feel like his in-game management is poor, but I also feel like recently 100% has been poor. But I also feel like a lot of it, whether we agree or disagree, I'm not a Chelsea fan, I can't say, but I feel like a lot of the frustration is directed towards Liam Rosenier, and I feel like he's being battered,
like a scapegoat.
Almost like a scapegoat. I do feel like he deserves criticism. I think his in-game management poor. At times, it looks clueless. I'm not gonna lie to you. The lineups, and I don't feel like he's kind of figured it out. But at the same time, I look at this Chelsea squad, and you're right. Last summer they made mistakes. They should have brought in world beaters. They should have brought in ready-made starter players, like kind of like Man United did with Cunha, Benjamin Sesko, like players that are on the cusp of basically entering their prime years and coming into that squad and taking them to the next level. They didn't. All they did was replace squad players with squad players. So I understand it from that aspect, but I also do feel like with the manager, people are kind of doing over the top. Like guys are attacking his image, the way he looks, the way he dresses, the way he talks, and it's kind of like I feel like it's overhyped.
His touch was bad though.
Because when the reality is, up until the Arsenal, maybe the Carabao Cup, he was doing okay. It wasn't like the worst thing in the world. It wasn't the greatest, but he was doing a steady job. Up until the Arsenal and PSG, and I think he's got like 6 losses. 5 of them are coming against either Arsenal or PSG. So it's on paper, it's not the worst thing. I also feel like even if you had Enzo Maresca right now, I don't think this is a squad that even with Enzo Maresca currently, you would have won a Champions League or the Premier League. So I'm a bit confused, and you can help me out with this. Where Chelsea fans, what they expect, even if Enzo was here, I still think this is teams
but the thing is,
to a trophy and top 4.
Chelsea fans are
Are you happy now? That's what I wanted to say. But you fucking interrupted how many times because you wanted to talk about Shirley and fucking superstar, bro. You flipping idiot, man.
Keep all the swear words. I want them to really hear.
I want to really hear that it's resorting to swearing. I want to show people what you're on, because right now I'm trying to talk about football. Then when I want to talk about something that you want to adamant to bring up, you then interrupt, man, bro. You should tap today.
Bro, don't let Shirley run you up like this.
You're moving tap today.
Why did you lose 3-0 to Everton?
Bro, listen, before we even talk about Everton,
we got to gas up like Beto and Ndiaye.
No, we got to talk about what you said about Maresca, right? Because people have a lot of short-term memory. People are doing this whole Rosenior Maresca thing right now. But the conversations we're having about Rosenior right now, people were saying these similar things with Maresca before he left. Because before he left, he was on terrible form, right? Now, I wanted him to fix up. I didn't want him to leave. Because some people are like, he got sacked. I don't believe he got sacked. I believe he left, right? But leaving mid-season for me, bro, is an absolute howler, because now we're in a position where new manager, new way of thinking, new voice. It wasn't ideal. If he left in the summer, like last summer or the summer that's coming up, because recruitment isn't great, I'll clap him off and say, you know what, fairs. Same way if Enzo decides to leave in the summer, I'll say, bro, you were here when you joined when you was 21, you're now in your mid-20s, these men are not serious, go shine. Go to Real Madrid, go to PSG, go elsewhere, right? To these teams, because these guys can't give you what you deserve, right? The thing with these men right now,
I don't think he starts for any of them.
Bro, Real Madrid wanted this guy even before we came. Before we came in for him, bro.
Where's he gonna play? They've got Drew, they're gonna have Garnacho, they're gonna have Mbappe.
Who's gonna start? Where does Enzo play that Real Madrid team?
I'm not gonna say.
I don't, bro. He's better on state at Chelsea.
I'm not gonna say too much in it, but they've wanted this guy for a long time.
Okay, so
they've wanted this guy for a long time.
One defender.
So for me, I'll be real with you. I'm not doing this Rosenior thing right now. Obviously, if it gets to the point, if it gets to the point in the season, go on.
What do you like? I don't know what side you're on. I don't know if you're.
Bro,
I don't know what your feelings are towards both of them.
Bro, my feeling, you know my. Bro,
I'm saying, what was the cap with either manager? Like, if you had Enzo right now, how far do you think this team would have reached? This squad,
every single man, it don't matter who you bring in right now, Enrique, Pep, anyone, Ancelotti, there is a cap with this squad. There's a cap.
So
with this squad.
Why didn't you say that? Why did you say that a couple months ago?
What, bro? Obviously, they've proven me wrong. I thought we turned the tide. I thought Maresca would be a lot better this season.
So you don't know your team?
Yeah. Well, listen, I expected my manager to do better than what he did this season. Everything wasn't all on him.
No, but he said it's not a manager thing. He said the team is capped.
It's everything, bro.
If a manager came in, you should know your team. You should know your team's capped.
Bro, football's not just black and white. It's never just one thing. There's always multiple things.
It seems that way because you told me on a title race when you first sat here.
It wasn't a race at the beginning.
And just a couple weeks ago, you were rubbishing off Newcastle Everton. I sat here.
I took us out.
You don't have to answer because he never answered for his crimes.
And I told you it's tough. And I told you
you have to answer. You never answered.
No.
He wants you to explain yourself. You don't have to though, because he never explained himself. You're good.
Yeah, you see, I
never gave you a chance.
You know.
No, you got chance. You're good.
You know what he's about. I took us out of the race. I already told him. We lost to Leeds away when I was there as well, and we drew to Bournemouth. I took us out of the race. I literally said on my channel, bro, and here I said, bro, don't tell me nothing about title race unless we're still up there in March onwards. I said, we're
Everton are 2 points behind you after beating.
Yes, they're behind us. And like I said, I want you man to finish above us. I want Villa to finish above us because they need clear evidence. They need clear evidence to show that this project is not working. I gave them a lot of time at the beginning.
So this game,
I've run out of patience now. I've run out of patience. The game, bro. Fofana making dumb mistakes. Sanchez making dumb mistakes.
Can we pause on Fofana, please? I'd like to. Sorry for the friendly fire in it, but I know he was the SDS friend and whatnot. I'll be real. If he tries to shout you, man, for the little...
Go ahead.
Block his number or something. Because I have something, right? And I'm sure you know what I'm going to be referring to. Now, this is around when the gap was maybe 2 points or something like that. I can't remember exactly what the points gap was. He says...
It's close.
The only gap between Saliba and Wesley Fofana, between both of them right now, is the injuries.
That was the same season.
This year, December, around that 2 points. The gap is now 50 points. Not in the league. Driving license points, 50 points for Wesley Fofana, 0 for Saliba, a good driver. Do you still believe, given what you just...
Who the hell are your sources? Your
own tweet, bro.
This is your tweet.
No, where did you find that one? Where did you find that one?
December.
Where did you find that one, bro?
Twitter is there.
Wait, but what didn't I answer?
Where did you find
You're good. You're good, but you don't have to
Nah,
answer.
bro, listen.
They don't answer. Why
No.
they bring it up? I've heard him say to you about 5 times already in this segment. He's asked you, why did you lose 3-0? You have to constantly explain.
But when we're talking to you, you're getting hold on.
You're getting loud.
But you
So
might
we're doing that one today.
You might have your marital thing. That's calm, yeah. But I've asked you a question because you were just saying before, but the defense is really weak or whatever. But we're just praising Saliba, who I believe to be one of the best players on the pitch today.
Very good this season. Last season shaky. Very shaky last season, in fact.
You wrote this the 12th of December, 2025.
Yes.
Do you still believe that?
Yes. I mean, as he's playing right now, the way he's playing right now, bro, no. You know what I mean? No. But at the end of the day, players have down periods, bro. I think he's having a down period.
From the moment that Saliba arrived at Arsenal, what period was Fofana ever better than him?
Bro, Fofana was already here before Saliba, bro. That's number one. Yeah?
That's question that I asked.
And this guy was class at Leicester, bro. Right? He has been robbed. He has been robbed off of many years of his career through injuries. And one thing about that guy, let me tell you something.
This season,
we're not going to be disingenuous now. When we play Arsenal, majority of the time, this guy plays well, right? Hold on. This period over time, like over the past few weeks or most of this season, he hasn't been great. It's been his worst period.
Martinelli pull him by the ear.
It's been his worst period at Chelsea so far. Hold on, it's been his worst period at Chelsea so far, like right now. But I feel like people are doing a lot of recency bias because I have seen Fofana come into this team and help elevate our performances at the back, bro. Start of the season, he came into the team. We got like 5 clean sheets in a row. And it was clear to see that when he came, he was helping us, bro. But right now, I'm looking at a guy that's lacking confidence. I'm looking at a guy that's all over the place.
He made Beto look like R9.
He made Beto look like Drogba, bro. Put it like that. And Beto is just an average striker. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say, obviously big respect to Beto, but I wouldn't even say average.
Personally, I think Fofana will be back. But as it is right now, he's not on form. I can be honest about that, right? And let's not, I'm sorry, Saliba's been very good this season, but let's not act like last season this guy wasn't shaky, bro. He didn't have a good season last year.
There was no period where
he was
Fofana
shaky.
was... What are you basing that on?
Saliba was at levels last season, bro. He's been levels this season, yes. Last season, bro, without Gabriel in some of those games, he needed big goals.
Let me ask it independent educator.
Let's not act like that.
Do you
can't have
in
the
your
down
heart of
period,
hearts
bro?
believe there was ever a time
I don't remember.
where
There
Fofana was better than Saliba when Saliba arrived at Arsenal? Do you believe
Bro,
there's
Fofana was already playing in the Prem. Fofana was
and
already
getting
playing in
dragged
the Prem.
around by Martinelli, I remember.
Oh, one example. What did these guys, when Fofana got red card, why Fofana got red card? I was so happy.
You're telling me he got to the Prem first, but I'm not debating Saliba. It's Saint Etienne, obviously.
Yeah, but we're doing a lot of recency bias though. Fofana.
You wrote this season.
I know.
You didn't write it in 2020 or something.
Hold on, you're
telling me he arrived 4 years ago.
You're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm saying recency bias because you're now crashing that take because Fofana's not playing well at the minute, bro. Right? You weren't saying this to me months ago.
Not on the routing. I wasn't familiar with you months ago.
No,
I'm now familiar with you.
That's fine, but what I'm saying is these things are coming up now because Fofana's not been on good form.
A couple of months ago.
Yeah, but you're missing the point. This is only coming up now because Fofana's not been on good form. This is why these things are coming up now, bro.
But that would make sense. If this is tweeted in 2020, then you're saying why are you bringing it up now? Because hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Fofana was playing well
There's
at
no
that
hindsight
point.
in the last 3 months.
Fofana
was
is in
playing well
different
at that point,
conversations.
bro.
Let it sound mad to you. The talent is clear to see. I haven't seen it for a long time.
What's the interaction that got?
And you said
What's the interaction that tweet
Saliba
got?
was always good though.
What's the interaction that tweet got?
I don't know. You want me to like? What do you want me to read out?
You can't see.
No, I can't. But what?
People did a lot of recency bias for Fofana, bro.
Saliba last season, there's periods where Gabriel was injured. He was playing next to Kivio.
And he was looking lost.
And he was looking good with Kivio. We knocked down Real Madrid.
This guy's making stuff up.
This guy's making stuff up.
Well, if I think Saka's been good this season, I'm not hearing nothing from you.
Why bring up
You stay there.
Anyway, so this game specifically.
Saliba weren't great last season. He's been good this season.
Okay,
Very
okay,
good
okay.
this season.
Smart politician though, because we haven't spoken much about the game itself. We need to give Everton praise.
Yeah, of course.
You said they're not even familiar with Hill Dickinson, their own stadium. Do you think they were familiar with their stadium?
Oh, bro, they were very familiar.
Yeah,
You know,
I think they're comfortable
That's
in their own
Everton's
ends.
biggest win against Chelsea.
Were they
I
comfortable
think.
in their own ends?
More than comfortable.
Were you comfortable in their ends?
We weren't.
Was
What-
Dewsbury Hall
what else?
outplaying Enzo and Caicedo?
Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah, he was.
Do you miss him?
I want him to stay. I actually like this bro.
Stay as in like.
Stay at Chelsea, bro. I wanted him to stay at Chelsea, right? A lot of players.
Based off what though? He didn't play
Based
much.
off the fact that I saw how good he was at Leicester, and he came to Chelsea, and Maresca did not want to trust this guy, even though we just got Player of the Year with him, even though we just got 26 GA with him. People will say, "Oh, it's
the
the
champ,
Championship."
though.
I don't
Yeah.
care. How many midfielders can you bring from the Championship that got that level of GA, bro? He should have been playing a lot more. When he was trusted towards the end of the season, people started to like him more, right? People were like, "Oh, Dewsbury, I hope he stays now." I knew he was never going to stay because the guy's too good to be on the bench.
But you spent 100 million on Caicedo, 100 million plus on Enzo Fernandez.
They
You
had
spent a
poor
lot of money
games.
on Romeo Lavia. You spent.
Lavia had a good game.
You
Lavia had a good
have
game.
Andre Santos, obviously. You have, but then you're gutted about Dewsbury Hall leaving.
Bro, yeah, I think it's a good
But then
squad player.
that means you haven't. It's been a misuse of funds at your club.
Bro, I'm not happy with how a lot of the money's been spent, and that's why I'm saying to you.
What do you think
they
were the
need
biggest problems in this game?
The biggest problems was bro, our
Defenders
defense,
getting bullied.
Defenders getting bullied. The mistakes.
You know, you said this about 6 times now.
I've said it so many times. Man.
You know, you've
We'll
asked
say
the same question
thing.
like 6 times.
We'll say the same thing.
Yeah,
carry on.
I don't think he realizes. He doesn't even realize it, bro.
It's-
He's,
we're
the
having-
way,
we're
no,
having
I'm
the
like,
same
the way they've interrogated you
Because we keep straying away from the game.
But he said it bare times.
You know what?
He
Yeah,
said
I'm not
he
asking
said
no more.
he
I'm
said
not
he
asking
said
no
it
more.
bare
I'm not
times.
asking no more.
How many times he
I'm
said
not asking
why
no
they
more.
lost the game?
Okay, give me something else from the game then.
I've already told you.
He
bro.
told you
Okay,
everything you
give
need
me
to
something-
say.
give me
What
something
the
that
hell's
Everton have
going
done.
on?
Everton,
Oi,
you better
guys,
not
this
talk
guy,
about-
oi, listen.
You're
Listen,
horrible,
oi,
you're not
listen.
saying-
It can't be
you're
one
not
guy.
saying-
Oi, listen, hold on, hold on.
you're
No,
not
oi,
saying-
we're not doing
I'm
this. I
talking-
can't
I'm
lie
talking-
to you. You're not getting away with this today. I promise
don't
you
get away with
today.
anything.
You're not getting away with
I
it.
don't get away with anything.
You've
I'm asking
asked
questions about the
the
game.
same question in 6 different remixes,
Okay,
bro.
tell me how.
You've asked him, why did you lose today? Then you asked us, what was the reason you lost
Because he
today?
keeps
How
straying
many
away
questions
to
have-
a conversation
you-
about
no,
financial.
no,
He's having a conversation
But no,
about-
but no, he
Look at his
said
politics. He's happy that he's straying
Bro,
away.
no, I'm straight up because he's getting quality into it. And I'm
Go on, host
quality.
then, go on, host.
No, I've clocked
Nah,
it,
I've
bro.
clocked it, I've clocked it.
You've
We had like an hour
asked it like
on
3
Arsenal,
times, and
though.
you asked it to you again.
You're asking me again in different
Bro,
ways.
and then
I'm trying to find
no,
context,
because
but
you know
you
what?
know,
No,
lost Everton when it's
Hold on,
5
Hold on. I've told you man already, bro. Like it's the same. Nothing is gonna change this season. Next time I come here, I'll be talking to you about someone else making mistakes. It'll be
Alright.
someone else.
Okay, last thing then. Prediction for where you're gonna finish this season.
The 5th.
Okay.
Okay. They've done Spurs versus Forest in a relegation 6-pointer.
You know what? No,
but hold on, we have to hold on. We have to hold on for like an hour.
You don't learn. You don't play. You asked this brother to answer the same question 3-4 times.
You know what?
But you get upset when I'm asking you
I've
about
never
stuff
got-
that you
I've not
said.
got upset
You
once
literally
today. You're the
pulled
one
up
that's called me an
tweets.
effing
You said
idiot,
he
a
said
fool,
this. He
every
said
effing
that.
under the
He
sun.
said
Never-
this.
I've not
And
been
he's
upset once.
answered. He's literally answered every single time. But
No,
when
he
I flip
didn't.
it to
He
you,
didn't.
he didn't
He
answer.
didn't.
He didn't answer.
Very
He didn't
clearly.
answer. He didn't answer it how many
Yes,
times?
no.
Answered it
But
very
no,
clearly.
that was the only time when he was very iffy. Outside of that,
That
he's
was the
answered
first
every.
one.
But I'm saying outside of that, he's answered pretty
But
much
hold on, but
everything.
how-
But when I'm asking you guys, you're trying to do this whole. They're trying to gaslight.
No,
Lack of accountability.
No, don't worry,
No
don't worry.
accountability. Trying to spin it like, oh, you're not making
worry.
a point.
We spoke
You know
for like an
exactly what
hour,
I'm saying.
and I was agreeing with most of the
These
things.
lot,
Wasn't
I
I
told
agreeing
you,
with
but
him?
they're very shameless
They're
people.
nasty. Don't worry. I know what they like.
shameless.
I know what they like.
Wait, hold on.
I know what they like. Don't worry.
Shameless.
You
asked this guy.
I'm telling you now, let me tell you something.
questions,
I'm the worst person to do that to, you know. Because one thing about me, yeah, I'm gonna come to you as if we're in court. Yeah?
Can't pay, we'll
Some of the
take it
questions I'll
away.
be asking you, bro, I'm telling you, you're gonna be feeling uncomfortable in that seat of
No,
yours.
but
bro.
the thing is, but we done like
I'm the worst person
You know,
to do
one
that to.
hour. You're the
Yeah?
worst person to take criticism because you come in here,
No,
you gas
I
on your
could-
team,
I could-
and then when your team
I
goes
could
down,
take criticism
you
as well.
can't take.
But you
I
can't
can't
take
take
criticism.
talking to you
But
right
I'm
now.
talking to you
I
now.
can't
I'm talking to you
take
right now.
Bro,
You can't
I
take
can
criticism
take
as well.
it.
Okay,
I've literally been crashing my own
clearly
team.
not. Okay, good for you.
No,
That's
no, no.
great.
I
We'll
can't
move
take
on
it,
now.
but
Don't you
you're
think
asking
this
me
thing
to
was
do
one
that.
now?
But he
He
can't
can't
take
take
it
it
either. So it's both
No,
ways.
no,
It goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Hold on.
It goes both ways.
I've literally been crashing my own own team. I've literally said I hope Man United finish above us, bro. I
Okay,
can crash
that's
it.
great. So there's
I'll
no
call it
point
as I
having
see
you
it.
here then. There's no point having
No,
you here because we can't even have a conversation.
We
I want to
can.
speak to a Chelsea
We-
fan. They want to hear from a Chelsea fan.
But he
Wait,
answered
wait,
you
wait,
4 times for you already.
Wait. No, you're trying to
Don,
gaslight.
I'm talking to you.
You're trying to gaslight
He already
now.
answered,
You're
but
trying to
he
gaslight
answered
now.
you three
You
times.
asked me the same question.
But you never
multiple
said that
times.
until he said it.
No, but if I
speak
answer,
for
I
you,
keep
it's
answering
spokesman.
it because I
But
deemed
you
it.
can't keep it because he deemed it. He's smart. He's answering the same question in 4 different ways, bro.
Exactly.
So it makes it sound like you're not answering.
That's the first
Yeah,
time
Well done. Well done.
The thing is, I hear it though. They're enjoying the downfall. They want to hear me cry. They want to hear me scream. They want
They're
to
taking the attention away from the fact they bottled it today.
But at the end of the day, hold on.
I'm trying to neutralize it. I'm trying to even it out.
I'm not running away from how shit Chelsea are right now, right? I'm not running away from that. I can never run away from that. You can ask me whatever questions that you want to ask me, but he's got a point.
Okay.
He's got a point. He definitely has a point.
We spoke for an hour on Arsenal where I was agreeing with you for the most part. I agree with what you were saying as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't like people were, when you
My
speak about
angle is not
Arsenal,
direct at
you have to
by the way.
deflect
My
it.
frustration is not direct. It's
But I'm the
direct
one that was
to
asking
the
you the
host.
questions
The host
about
the host
different-
that's spinning the same question 6 times. Go on, well done. But he gets upset when you try to speak because then he tries to
not
spin
gonna
off.
upset once
You're
then,
not landing when you're not letting me land. It's fine.
But
Go
with all
on.
due
Do your
respect,
thing.
yeah, although, listen, I'm devastated we lost the Carabao final. You were
course, I've
devastated.
said
It looks like you were the most angry one here today.
Yeah, I am angry. I am angry for sure. For
But
sure.
why
I'm not
are
gonna
you
do
getting
it.
rage baited?
I'm not getting rage baited.
Nah,
What
you
it
kinda
is,
are a
I
little
don't know. I'm not rage.
He's on edge today, he's on edge today,
I've got everything I needed to say out.
It doesn't feel like it.
My point. The only thing that makes me angry is you want me to speak. Yeah, and this is a thing. This is something that's been going on for a long while. Yeah, he wants me to speak, but the moment I speak and I'm speaking, and this doesn't happen to other SDS members, but it seems to happen to me quite a lot. Where I'm speaking and it's like you're not like it's like you're trying to throw me. It's almost like you're doing delivery and you're trying to throw me off on purpose.
Because you go for 20
No, it's not that, bro. It's not that. You're trying to deliberately throw me off. Even at the beginning, you did it right at the
Because
start.
you go for 20 minutes.
No,
even,
my brother.
Even at the start of this one, you love the sound of your own voice. Because even at the start of
why did Everton lose? Why did Chelsea lose 3-0 again?
Now I can't even speak.
So why did Chelsea lose 3-0?
You're being impossible today, and I really hope the fanboys and fangirls love this one.
I've got the delusional fan base that backing you too. It's gone
Clearly,
both
I
ways.
don't have any on this- on my own channel.
You do. No, trust me. You got some delusional ones there for
Even in
you.
the
Don't
Everton Chelsea segment, the first 7 minutes, 8 minutes, we'll see, was taken over by him talking about your club.
No, okay, hold on. You heard that statement, yeah?
Yes.
The
Before
first
the
7
financial
minutes.
stuff,
Hold
before
on.
the financial stuff.
Right, forget what you're gonna. Hold on, forget that because there's a long period, and you can watch it. You can watch it back where I kept quiet. I let everyone speak about Chelsea. I let Don land. I let him land. I let people speak. Then when it got to my turn where I wanted to speak, you then started to bring up Shirley and Garnacho. This is what I'm saying. You're a very good gaslighter and you're a very good manipulator, and I respect you for it because you're very good at what you do.
I'm also
I'm also too clued up for that bullshit. So don't try that. Don't try that.
And I'm also an effing idiot and a fool.
100%.
Which you've called me many times today.
100%. You are today. Absolutely, you are.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna take that back.
You reckon we
You
should just
absolutely are.
leave us?
I feel we should just leave him to it. Yeah.
Let's talk about
Tom and Jerry.
Let's talk about today, bro.
Let's talk about the relegation battle. There was a
Let's all
6-point
come
out
together for this one, no?
Hey,
guys.
Kumbaya,
Come on, guys.
my lord.
The way you're talking about us about playing,
Yeah, but we don't want these guys to go though, bro. This is where we actually get our 6
I
points.
want them to be gone.
We get our 6 points from
Speak for
them.
yourself.
We
Yeah,
get our
I
6
can't
points
lie.
from them.
I get my 6 points from you.
You want
Don't
to
worry.
I mean, I got 3. I'll come and take the other 3.
Don't let me remind you about what we did to you, man, on Daddy's special day. Yeah? You
that
remember
how
Daddy's
far back
special
we're
day?
going?
Wow, you're
That's
going
what we'll
to-
do.
when the
We
father
can do
still
that.
exists, bro.
Yeah? We can do that.
There was no
Let's
SDS
stop
podcast.
making an Arsenal thing.
You know
bro.
what I mean? But go on,
Yes,
carry on,
we
carry
lost the
on.
final today. Let's talk about Spurs Forest.
They had a parade before the game.
Spurs today made it a big thing. Of course, 6-point out. They put a tweet out. Christian Romero had a message to the team as a captain.
I thought it was like a contract renewal or something. I was
It
stunned.
wasn't even anything to do with that. They had a parade. They had an open top bus parade today going into the game. It was a big day in London.
They were
in North
stomping
London.
on the bus stops as well.
It was
like it was
huge.
London riots.
And they went and lost 3-0 at home. They've won 2 home games this season, one of them being the first game of the season against Burnley. Since the first game of the season, they've only won 1 home game.
I'm guessing you man didn't watch the game because you were out and about.
Of course not. I was
watched the game.
You watched it?
I didn't watch it. I was
You managed to watch it.
I missed it.
I was on my way to
I'm a
Wembley.
lead, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, I
It's
didn't watch
good
the game.
though.
I love to hear more about the game itself from you guys who have watched it. But in general, seeing a 3-0 loss against Forest.
You know what? Yeah, you know what it is about Tottenham right now, bro. Yeah, like they actually weren't even bad in the first half. Like especially, I thought the first half they were actually like looking at the team that could do something. You know, they didn't really create many chances, but they were looking more threatening than Forest. And then out of nowhere in the first half, Igor Thiago scored from a corner. Yeah, and then from there, bro, it was just messy from Tottenham. Second half, their only chances really was a lot of crosses. You know what I mean? They were just cross and hope. Gibbs White, I actually predicted this guy to do something in this game as well. Last time we spoke, a lot of Spurs fans were getting carried away like, you know, the last 2 games we've played better now. I'm feeling more confident. I'm like, bro, 2 games, the sample size ain't large.
I thought they'd do better though.
I need to see. Yeah, but bro, I'm sorry. Like their home record, is poor. You know what I mean? It's not just this season. They don't play well at home, right? They've won 5 points in 2026. So I was never gonna let those 2 games make me think, oh yeah, Spurs are just gonna be back now.
For sure.
Second half, again, it was just back to, you know, looking around. It's like they just had nothing going for them, bro. Solanke, nothing up there, like just nothing going on in the pitch.
Forest are on their 4th manager this season.
Yes, and that was his first win today. Yeah. That was my man's first win today, bro. You know, they're in serious trouble, man. And West Ham, obviously, today, it's annoying that they lost to Villa because Villa, they're pushing for top 5 at the moment. But when I look at what West Ham have to offer in comparison to Tottenham,
I think they're better. I think all those teams, although they're below them and the table don't lie, I generally think I think Leeds are better than Tottenham. I think Forest, clearly they've shown it, and I think West Ham are better than Tottenham as well.
I think the next game week they fall into the drop zone.
You reckon?
Because
it could have
West Ham are playing Wolves.
West Ham are playing Wolves.
No, West Ham Leeds is on the last day.
It's the FA Cup. So what game is it? Wolves
at home.
And then Sunderland away, right? For Tottenham.
Sunderland.
And I think West Ham.
If West Ham win that and Spurs lose that, officially Spurs are in the top.
Who Spurs play next?
Sunderland away.
And the thing is, this was like. Obviously, I fully agree with what you're saying as well in terms of Atleti and Liverpool wasn't going to change it drastically. Yeah. But I think it was the first game maybe in a long time where you could say they were the favourites.
Okay,
in a particular match, right? And the moment they became the favourites, I didn't see any of that. I agree. They got in behind, you know, Ole Einar was shaking a little bit first in half an hour or so. They were getting in behind the fullbacks. But again, no end product. And all it took was 1 goal to completely rattle them. And even before the goal, because that wasn't... Yeah, he dribbled nice, done his
thing. And hit the bar too. Very good save from Sells, innit?
But even, Sells was back to his last season levels. Even though the goal was at minute 45, I noticed from like minute 25, the stadium, there wasn't no parade, nothing. It was near silent from minute 25, 30.
Embarrassing.
For the rest of the game. And obviously the second and third. Many people blame Vicario for the second one. I feel like as meaty as he is, that one is difficult. I think you blame the defenders there for allowing Morgan Gibbs-White like 6 yards out to just smash it
all the time.
It's hard to have a reflex to quickly, dive for that one. And then the third one, you know, they just get dunked on by our knees. So.
Another good performance from Elliot Anderson. He's obviously looking at their stand-up player and obviously big for England. Most touches in the game, most passes in the final third, most duels won, most possession won, most tackles, most chances created.
Player.
I mean, obviously he's kind of going away from the game itself, but how much you guys rate Elliot Anderson? Do you think he starts for England?
Mm-hmm. Has to.
Yeah.
Has to start,
I
think so. I was on Wharton's side up until like Christmas time, January, in terms of like I think I would have wanted to see Rice and Wharton, but the more I see Anderson, and obviously big up him for the Etihad goal as well.
Yes.
Now I'm like, alright, do you know what? Fairs. Like each passing week, I'm seeing you take control of more games, whether you're playing as a 6, as an 8, whatever position you're occupying, you are dominating. So obviously fair play to him. And as for Spurs, listen,
the manager gets sacked tomorrow morning, you reckon?
What, Shooter?
Apparently he had a death in his family, so he didn't actually get to.
Oh, he went straight down the tunnel today.
Yeah,
shaking hands.
He didn't actually do the. I don't think he did the presser after, because apparently he got told about a death in his family. So we didn't actually get his thoughts, man. Because you know this guy just says it as it is, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, listen, I think Spurs right now where they are, it's just again football sometimes is a bit of luck, and luck is just not on their side, bro. Luck is really not on their side. I don't know who's cursed these guys.
It's not luck, bro. They're just shit.
Oh yeah, of course.
Genuinely,
that's a big part.
I don't think anyone can save them.
There's a difference between luck and.
I'm not saying it's all luck. I'm not saying it's all luck.
Injury crises we've seen.
That's what.
Exactly.
Still, injury crisis or not, it's still Tottenham Hotspur. They can still field 11 players to win games. And if you look at this in 2026,
5 points,
not one win.
5 points,
not one league win.
That's bad.
Like I don't care. I get it. I feel sorry for you. You got obviously Madison, Kulusevski. We can go a whole list. But I'm looking at a picture of Xavi Simons and Charleston's on the pitch, and you got I'm seeing Solanke playing. I'm seeing Romero playing. I'm seeing you got a good enough 11 to win games. Like I'm not saying win every game. I'm not saying cool. You can write it off. You can finish mid-table. Relegation, that is a whole different thing. So this is, I mean, look, we're seeing a damning graphic on the screen. They're yet to win a single game in the league this season, in 2026. And the next 2 games are Sunderland away and Brighton at home. And I don't know what's harder, because Brighton at home is tough because they can't win a game at home. But Sunderland away as well. Sunderland had one of the best home records, and they're just coming off a win against obviously Newcastle.
They lost to Brighton away, innit?
Yeah.
They drew that game.
I don't even know.
That was the weekend when we played
I look at their fixtures. I don't know where wins coming. Maybe Leeds. maybe that's
Nah,
the
man,
only one.
Leeds will beat them, man.
Outside of that,
Yeah.
I genuinely don't see a win.
You know, it's about Tottenham, bro. It's just like
Maybe
everyone.
the bridge. Brothel.
Nah,
Even there.
bro. Have you seen our record
I
against
think,
Spurs?
I think they will pitch invade if they're the ones to send them down.
Yeah,
and I might even go there as well. Depending on the battle, what's happening that day.
That's actually, I'm not confident at the bridge, but this is actually one team I'm confident against, and this could come back to bite.
This is everybody.
But everybody.
Actually, no. Your clip, actually. Let me not interrupt your clips. Go on. Go on, say what you're going to say.
So this is just one of the games that we bro, listen, Tottenham at home, that's a given most of the time, innit? You know what I mean? So I could be wrong, but usually we beat these guys, innit? You know what I'm saying? Usually we beat these guys, innit? You know what I'm saying? But end of the day, bro, Tottenham, I think everyone just knows, man. It's so easy to score against these guys. The type of goals they concede. Like, bro, Hudson-Odoi just walks around, plays the ball to Gibbs White, goal. It's like, it just feels like every time teams attack them, you could just get something. Whether it's Vicario making a mistake, Porro just being too easy at the back, Romero making a
the
bad
effort was
mistake,
gone again
Van de
today.
Ven.
Because even like Hutchinson, who's someone, you know, we know what he's like as a winger or whatever, but even I saw him putting in, you know, more work ethic than the Spurs, you know, entire team. And that, I was like, hold on a minute. Like, you're letting Hutchinson do that. And I think we have to ask an important question as well. Have you started having, I guess, the initial conversations about the future of Fuad Kadani if they are to go down?
Not yet, but
would there be like a championship roundup with the Reddit at the end? Or
Apparently, he might be assigned a new Premier League team.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Oh, I see.
Or maybe championship
damn.
roundup. Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
In that studio,
He's actually thinking about
Manish
it.
Basin and that. He'll be in the other
No,
studio.
like he'll be here. We'll have the roundup, but Fuad won't be able to be on the main table.
Nah, bro,
so
I've got
to
some
have an extra camera angle. We'll just sit him in the bin.
Okay.
I've got some connects, man. I've got some really good content creators out in the championship. Like I've got, you know, some Leicester.
James
Leicester
Alcott.
area.
James Alcott.
Yeah, them man. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you.
So it's like a Wednesday show or something, you know?
Yeah, bro.
midweek, yeah.
No, it's straight after roundup. Like BBC Sport. Remember back in the day.
Like
Straight
an
after.
outboard or
Bro,
something.
2 a.m. everyone's sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was
Figure it out.
telling my boy the other day, he's a Spurs fan, innit? I said, bro, like, you're not gonna have no free time, you know, like, to do anything because
46 games.
bro, 46 games, and then the Prem on top of that, and then you got the kids, and then you got work.
Are they playing Johnson's Paint as well? Or that's not?
Bro, like,
That's League One. That was
Johnson's pain. Brother, these Spurs fans, yeah, bro, they're not gonna have.
I have to enjoy something today, man. I have to enjoy something.
46 games. But if they don't finish in the top 2 and they're in the playoffs, that's another 3.
No, it's even extended as well.
It's extended now. It's got 6 teams.
8 teams.
Sorry, 8 teams.
3rd to 8th or something.
It's a lot of things to focus on. But listen, we'll see. We're enjoying the Spurs relegation scrap. I just wanted to get to a point where on the last day they can be relegated. You know, that's the fun part. Like on the last day, that
You know what's
morning,
mad? If I'm not wrong, because I was looking at the fixtures, I think West Ham play Leeds on the last day. So I'd love a scenario where, like, if they were to draw,
both
they'd
stay
stay
up.
up. I want to see what they do.
They
like,
both stay
would
up.
they make it bait and get a little like
that would
1-1
be
or
dodgy
something?
one. But anyways, moving on for Spurs. We go over to Bournemouth where they hosted Manchester United on a 2-2 draw. Take it away.
Robbery, man. A lot of controversial decisions, but obviously, ultimately, the game cost us on the penalties. We had obviously penalty with Cunha first, and then obviously they got a penalty. No, we were meant to have a second penalty. Sorry, apologies. Ahmad. They end up getting a penalty. It was right at the death of the game where you could argue it's the same thing as the one Ahmad won, but for some reason, one rule for them, one rule for us. You know what I mean? Kind of like Sharky on the podcast. One rule for him, one rule for us as well. But yeah, I mean, it was controversial. We lost out on 2 points that I felt like we deserved. I think we were the better team. I think we ultimately deserved. I think we were the better team for sure. I think we deserved the 3 points, and that is a blatant foul. Look at the screen. You can see 2 hands on him, pushes him, and apparently the argument is it wasn't a goal scoring opportunity. I didn't know you can foul people in the box as long as it's not goal scoring. I didn't know you could do that.
It was therefore a pen.
I didn't know you could do that in
interesting.
football. I didn't know you could do that in football, but yeah. Why do you think it's interesting?
I think it's interesting because whilst I'm not going to disagree with the things you're saying about the penalty that was given and the penalty that wasn't given, I find it remarkable that United fans have suddenly just completely ignored minute 25. I don't know if the graphic is available because you might not have it there like that. Minute 25 where Harry Maguire dashes Evan Nelson and they're in the box, but they ignored that one. They talk about, but what about the Ahmad foul? And they say, but the Ahmad foul was a game changer.
Remember that little the cross and then he just like.
So, hold on a minute. But these are the same guys. These are the same guys that were complaining beforehand about like stuff like, I don't know, Colomboani, should it be a foul? Should it not be a foul?
But those ones,
someone pushing someone in the box.
Those ones,
is that not also?
Hold on. But those ones that I know.
That's so shameless.
Of course it's shameless. I know what he's talking about.
let's be honest.
what you're saying, happens in football matches.
No, was that
I know what you're talking about.
We should be penalising it.
Listen,
Nah, that's not a penalty.
it's not a penny, and he knows it. He knows it. He's trying to do the shameless thing. He knows it's not.
That's not a
He's
penny.
going to get the ball as well. He pushes
He
him.
knows it's not. But that happens in the Premier League pretty much almost every game. You see
Two
that,
hands in the back.
Sometimes it has, especially on set pieces, you see a little bit of pushing and that.
That's not a set
We're
piece.
talking about actual infringement.
Yeah, he's low-key seeing what I'm talking about. The
No.
2 hands as well.
You can make anything look bad like that. How many times?
Oh, but do you see what I'm talking about?
Hold on.
I'm not saying this is a story.
No,
it's a
hold-
guarantee.
hold on.
Yeah, play that again, production. Play that again.
Interesting.
No, this one.
Slow motion.
No, of course you can see there's a hand on the back, but
Two. And he's getting the ball as well, by the way. He's
saying,
getting the ball as
How
well.
many times do you
That's
see
a Gary
that?
Neville
And
all day,
this
you
is
know.
the question I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
How many times, and you watch Arsenal this season?
Sure.
How many times, especially on set pieces, you seen them put 2 hands on another player's back and push them? If that was to be a foul, right? Yeah. How many times do you think that'll be given in Arsenal games?
I don't know. What,
No,
like,
you don't
no,
know.
what's the answer meant to
No,
be?
we
Like,
don't. But that's not my point. I'm saying
What
now.
other answer you expecting for that? That's not even a question,
Okay,
that's
so
an
I'm
answer.
in now. What I'm asking you, the difference that with Ahmad, look, Ahmad's one. There's not even attempt to get the ball. There's no attempt to get the ball. He's literally pushed the
Did
2 hands.
Maguire make an
Ahmad
attempt to get the ball?
Ahmad even forced
got
off
a
of
good
the
point.
ball.
Was
Ahmad even-
Maguire trying to get the ball in the minute
No,
25
Maguire's
that
wants a
we're
penalty
referring
though.
to?
Maguire's wants a penalty though.
No, I'm talking about minute 25, the earlier one. Was he trying to get the ball?
Look, the thing is, it's a contact sport, right? So sometimes they're gonna be little
No,
hands
it's a
and that,
contact.
yeah. But at the end of the day,
It depends on
the force and where the
nature.
ball's going and everything. So that was
yeah.
always gonna be subjective.
Yeah.
I'm talking about clear cut. You've put 2 hands on a brother's chest, pushed him to the ground. He's fallen on the ball, and then on the other side of the pitch, absolutely, Harry Maguire fouls. I'm not even gonna dispute that. That is a clear foul. But it's that one there is clear infringement. That one there is clear infringement. I don't understand what the difference is. What you're talking about is something that's a bit more subjective because at the end of the day, it is a contact sport. Both players are running in the same direction. Balls coming into the box, so you can be.
the thing is,
that, to be fair. I don't
also
run like
that
that.
happens in football matches. Pretty much, you're gonna see that almost every
I'll
game.
be real,
So
I'll be real with you.
if you're using that as an argument, you're gonna. I'll be honest with you. Arsenal in trouble every game because I see Arsenal pushing 2 hands on the back on every player almost every game.
I am not
So what's
debating.
okay, but are you
any-
saying that's on the same level as those 2 fouls?
I'm asking why it's being ignored. Because people are talking about how the referees were completely
Why is
cheating
Arsenal's
against
wrestling,
United.
WWE, boxing, UFC team
No,
being
I'm saying
ignored every game?
ignored by
So-
you. I'm saying or by United fans.
Yeah, but
I'm saying that's been ignored.
But I'm saying
because there's a
you're trying to
narrative
no, but
that
I'm-
the referee cheated
I'm
United.
saying you're nitpicking because I'm telling you, you know for a fact, 100%, that foul of Maguire, it's not on the same level as the Ahmad and the Maguire one right at the end. They're not the same. But I understand what you're trying to do.
If the
I
ref was
get what you're trying to do,
cheating, if the ref
but
was
you know it's
cheating,
not.
if the ref was cheating, he would have given that.
I'm not saying he's cheating. I'm saying he's clearly made a mistake.
Okay,
I'm
then that's
not saying-
different.
so I'm not saying-
Then
I'm
a
not saying-
mistake, I'll
I'm
allow
not saying
it.
he's cheating.
But
I'm saying he's made a clear
when
mistake.
guys
He's
like
made a clear
robbery and
mistake.
stuff or whatever.
It is a
that's
robbery
what-
though. It is a robbery because you can't look at the VAR, look at Ahmad's one, say it's not a penalty, and then look at the Maguire one and then say it's not a penalty. Both were reviewed. That Harry Maguire one you're talking about 25th minute wasn't even reviewed, wasn't even looked at. So I'm saying
Yeah,
those
they
two
didn't look at it.
they didn't even look at it. So I'm saying those 2 were looked
So do you
at.
think they
Meaning
got
the
robbed?
fourth
Do you
official
think
looked in the
Bournemouth
VAR
got
room.
robbed for that to be looked at?
No,
if that happened to your player,
no, I don't think that's the because I see that every game. Otherwise,
If that's the definition of robbery, then fine. Then I hear you.
Yeah.
My concern
You know
was
what?
people arguing about how the referee.
I think you've both made some good points.
No,
but
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I
There's
understand what
someone
you're
that we need to speak about who, I'm sorry, I've been speaking to Rance about this as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Shout out Rance, right? This guy gets away with murder, bro, right? People still talk about him as if he's an 18-year-old, 19-year-old guy. He plays as if he plays barefoot, bro. Ahmad. Yeah?
Ahmad hasn't been playing well.
Ahmad, bro, defenders with more DNA than Ahmad. Hold on.
He hasn't been scoring goals. and
Defenders
assists,
with
yeah, go
more
on.
DNA than Ahmad this season in the Prem. Reece James, Timber, Gabriel, Nunes, Nico O'Reilly, Matty Cash, Dinya, Van Hecke, Mukiele, Romero, Munoz, Lewis Potter, Gusto, Diouf, Tiao, Cucurella, Digne,
You can list all of them, by the way.
No, you can keep going if you want.
Bro, he's got no GNA in 2026, bro. This guy, yeah. Okay, cool. In the game, Fairs like what's his name? Petrovic made a very good save. There was a block as well for one of his shots, right? But I'm sorry. He has got away with murder because
He hasn't, though, 'cause our team's been winning. He hasn't really got away with murder,
exactly. That's why you spoke about the result-based analysis for Arsenal. Because I'm sorry, I see this a lot where some of their players are meaty, but because they win, there's no heat on them, right?
No, he hasn't played. You're right to say
Ahmad has not been good for a very long time, and this is a player that I rate.
Yeah, go on.
Because you don't really know my take on Ahmad. I think Ahmad is a good, naturally gifted player.
As do
but
I.
I'm sorry, even in this new system that you've got going on, bro. I'm not really seeing much from this guy, man. I'm not really seeing much creativity. I'm not really seeing any goals. Yes, he had a few shots the other day, but I don't really see much from him. It's like he's not really doing anything on the pitch, really. For me,
that's why
you know what I'm saying.
So that's where I think you've gone over the top now. I think you made a valid point to bring up the fact that he hasn't been scoring goals.
By his standards,
statistically, it hasn't been great.
Okay, let me take that back.
I can say for certain. One thing I can say for certain is that over the 9 games of Carrick, more often than not, he's put in good performance. He just hasn't coupled it with the goals and assists that we expect him earlier.
I don't know, man. I expect more from Ahmad, man.
Hold on.
I expect more from Ahmad, man.
He hasn't. But ultimately as well, these type of conversations were happening to Sesko and Cunha earlier in the season when they were not scoring. Now the whole thing's flipped now, where it's the other way around now, where Cunha and Sesko are scoring and Burma and Ahmad are not scoring. But the difference is this time we are winning games. And I still feel like even when Ahmad and Mbeumo aren't even scoring, they're still causing problems for the defense. Whether you
That's what you say about Gyökeres, man.
Look, 100%. No, it's true. No, it's true.
Wait,
It's
remember
true.
that moment?
But
No,
you bought Sesko. I mean, not Sesko. You bought Gyökeres to get you those big trophies and to be the guy. You got the guy that was European trophies. So you're talking about a guy who.
No, I'm just saying.
There was even a moment in the game.
His job. Ahmad's an attacker. He's a winger.
I know.
His job is to provide goals, create goals, and score goals. You've said, but he's been putting in good performances.
Bro, I call him barefoot boy,
and
bro.
you've been getting
Barefoot boy.
results, so it's.
No,
it's kind of okay.
We get criticised for our attack.
Based on his this guy, bro.
Why have you? Do you hear what he said?
But he's been poor, blood. Barefoot boy, bro.
But he's been criminal for a long time.
He has.
He's not been good this season.
He has.
Well, not for what
I'm sorry, he has been.
And
I rate him.
And that's why I disagree. Maybe I don't know how much you lot have been watching.
Bro, I've been watching him. I watch him.
I don't know.
I've been defending him. I remember him at right wing back.
I agree with the fact that he should be doing a lot more. He should be taking a lot more shots. He should be scoring a lot more goals.
Yes.
But if you're saying his performances have been smelly for a long time, that's where I disagree with you.
I think
it hasn't been.
I'll be real.
And people were trying to say the same thing about Cunha, even when Cunha's performances were good, but he wasn't getting the goals and assists. And then you had people like
Cunha was
trying to rub
for
him out and say he's not been horrible. When the reality is, Man United fans, we have our eyes. We can see Cunha been playing well.
Nah, man, a lot of United fans will get frustrated with him.
So, no, because he wasn't scoring. Again, it's always about for wingers. It's always going to be about goals and assists. So when they're not scoring or assisting. On the eye, if someone never watched the game and they looked or they saw 14 games, Cunha ain't scored, whatever, it's gonna look like he's not playing well. But we saw what he's done, especially like for example, games like Liverpool, where for me he's man of the match, but you can't measure it because he didn't get a goal and assist. Those are the type of games I know for certain.
The thing is,
my thing is when you got attackers like we do, the quality that we do. You obviously you can get away with certain players being out of form because you know another player is going to step up. And I think when you're saying Gyökeres, I think that's the difference between our attack and your attack is that even when let's say there's a player that's out of form, I know now Cunha and Sesko stepped up and they're carrying all the weight. Whereas with Arsenal, I don't see that. If Saka's not firing, who's picking up the slack? It's the defenders, it's the centre backs that are coming up with the set pieces. So it's not the same thing. I'm just saying, and I'm not. It's not even an attack on them. Yeah. I'm just saying that yes,
you've got better attack. You believe you've got better attack than them?
100% we've got better attack. That's not even a question. They know that. They would admit that.
I agree.
It's not even a question. But I'm saying. Sometimes you can get away with it. But you're right, I do agree with a lot you're saying. I think it hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been the standard that we've seen Ahmad in the past. He does need to improve because otherwise he will lose his place. We've got options. We've got everyone that can play on the right hand side.
That's where I'm judging him. You know what I said about Palmer?
Yeah.
By his standard. By Ahmad's standard, I'm sorry. I've seen him play
I agree.
He was
but I think also you're overstretching it. I don't think it's as bad as you're trying to make it out to be. And I feel like
that's fair.
We agree that recent weeks it hasn't been great, but we've watched him from the start of the season. We know the performances he's put.
Bro, I watch your games weekly too. I watch your games.
I seen him. I think he was cooking at AFCON, but again, let's be fair. Since he came back, I don't think he has been cooking at all. Since he's returned from Ivory Coast, where he was, in my opinion, he was on course for maybe even getting player of the tournament until obviously.
Just to stop you there, Man City game, first game.
No, but I'm not talking about.
So how was his performance?
He played very well.
There you go. So already he's debunked what he just said. Since he come back from AFCON.
Since then.
No, do you know why?
That's what I'm saying.
No, you know why?
AFCON was one game though.
No, Arsenal.
AFCON finished how long ago?
Arsenal played well.
Arsenal.
AFCON, okay. Since that was the week after.
I'm saying there's more. There's not. This is what I'm saying. You're doing the whole. This is that game. I can promise you, there's more games where he's played well. You're just trying to nitpick. I'm telling you now. I can tell you for a fact he's played well. But you're trying to do the whole. Now he just said a statement. Since AFCON, he's been playing well. I say two things. You're getting defense saying, okay, since that point. Then if I say next thing, you're going to say since that point.
If someone says something,
be honest about it, bro. He hasn't been playing recent ones. We accept it, but it's not as bad as you're trying to make it out to be, and that's fine. Let's keep it at that.
If someone says they've not been as good since AFCON, that doesn't mean that they've been bad every single game. By the same exact token, and I don't want to make it about a Saka thing because I'm agreeing Saka's not been good this season. But if we can agree he's not been good this season, it doesn't mean now right off and say, oh, Atleti, he was rubbish. Fulham was rubbish. Exactly, because he does have good games in between, and that's the point I'm making here. Ahmad, since coming back from AFCON, in my opinion, hasn't been the Ahmad that I know and that I was back in before. When you had that, I'm not going to bring up again because he might go on another hour rant, but when you had the other guy, and I'm back in Ahmad.
This guy was pressing you for a good 30 minutes on his tweets, and he's telling me I'm going on. That's you pulled out like 5 different tweets on this guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing to do.
How are you telling me I went on an hour? That's what I'm saying to you. One rule for them, one rule for us.
But they were important.
One rule for them, one rule for us.
There were different points.
One rule for them, one rule for us.
I'm bringing different points that were valid to the conversation, not just talking about the natural, the entire duration of the thing. Anyway,
That's fair.
Point being made.
But it still took about an hour as well, though, to be fair.
What?
It still took an hour. It still took the same amount of time that you said. It still took the same amount of time. It took a long time, I promise you.
What, 5 different points about different things? I think they were all relevant tweets. The reason why it took so long is because he took about 20 minutes to answer the first one.
I'm saying, don't mention length of time. You don't mention length of time. I'm just saying, don't mention length of time, because we do length of time. I promise you, the amount of same time we spoke is almost equal.
But mine was the question. I wasn't talking about that.
But it was the question.
He brought up a relevant tweet.
No, I know he did, but he was like, I took about 20 minutes to answer. I answered
because you wouldn't know.
But you don't say it again.
I asked different questions. The first one was
Can we talk about how Bournemouth are your bogey team clearly now? Because Areola has never lost against Manchester United. 6 times as a manager, twice as a player, and he's never lost against Man United. Bournemouth seems to always get results against you guys. Why do you think that keeps happening?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think he's done us on a few games. I think
would you take him as manager? That's a good question. Because you still need a permanent manager.
I mean, he's definitely a candidate I'll think about for sure. I wouldn't say I don't know if he'd be my number one. I think he's had a.
You don't want Carrick? Is Carrick number one?
No, Carrick. My thing is, my stance is that I'm waiting till the end of the season. I'm not making a decision on who I want personally. I'm just gonna give him to the end of the season and I'll decide. But I mean, I always set my dream targets Luis Enrique. Outside of that, there are other managers like Oliver Glasner, like Areola, who got shouts for sure. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I want us to actually give him Carrick a fair chance and actually see where he's at. So I'm not gonna say I want him for certain, but he's definitely a candidate for sure. But I think he's just tactically outclassed us in so many games. Even the one at Old Trafford, I feel like, again, we could have...
There was a couple 3-0 at Old Trafford, right?
Yeah, they've done us. So I mean, there's nothing I can't say much to that. Obviously, they are our bogey team, clearly.
Who do you have? What's your next run of fixtures? How you feeling for the top 5 race?
Leeds
you're third anyways.
Yeah, bro, I feel
Villa are a point behind you, though.
Yeah, but I still think we're getting Champions League final.
Chelsea football's kind of secured because the team we're going to speak about next, along with them lot, are making it easy for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
True.
Not you lot alone. Liverpool, they have now lost a 10th league game. It's the first time since 2015-16. 10th. They've lost 10 games this season. First time since 2015-16. And I think they're lucky because the first 5 games of this season, they won all of them in the last minutes, the last few minutes.
Exactly, they were snatching.
They lost the last few minutes. They're getting overrun every game. It looks like they're not playing with any energy. Obviously, they did well to overturn the deficit against Galatasaray in the midweek, but it's not looking good for them.
Not looking good, man. And what made it worse for them was Ekitike getting a blow early, right?
Yeah.
That blow straight away, it didn't help. You know what I mean? But big up Welbeck, man, because this guy's aging like fine wine.
To bring up as well,
Yeah, he's aging like fine wine.
These are the numbers he's dropping now. He's never dropped before. I think this is all-time. Last season was all-time most goals. I think now it's his most again.
Yeah. Most goals, I think, scored by an English player. I think you need to fact check that. But
Is
it true?
Yeah, this season.
But yeah, man, he played really well. But ultimately, Liverpool, bro, like there's just so many players that are just not stepping up, man. Wirtz, I expected this guy to be way more clinical than what he's been, man. Yeah. When he shoots, most of the time, it's just straight at the keeper or just tame, you know.
I mean, look, 2 hands on the back.
You know what I mean?
By the way.
I was going to say that to you, but I was scared. I was like,
what's your thoughts? And 2 hands on the back there, look.
They literally scored here from a dunk mistake, right?
Yeah.
Dunk tried to just head it back without having any awareness.
Smart from Kirkland, though, to be fair.
It was smart, but the point that I'm making is that in the game, I didn't really feel like they were really applying a lot of pressure. Now Rio is the guy that I've been speaking about that needs to play more. He's their go-to guy now. When he comes on, that's when you feel like a real spark in their attack. Because I was looking at it, I'm looking at Salah wasn't there, obviously. Ekitike wasn't there. Gakpo, not good enough. Wirtz, not good enough. McAllister, Szoboszlai, these guys didn't show up, right? And then Rio comes on, and that's the time when he's winning fouls, he's getting people, you know, I think he got someone a booking as well. But ultimately, bro, it always felt to me like Brighton were gonna nick something. You know what I mean? It just felt like Brighton
I
were
wouldn't
gonna
say nick something.
Not nick, but like Brighton were the ones that were looking more threatening. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I think first 15 minutes, to be fair, Liverpool, like they came flat on the traps. Obviously, Ekitike was there and whatnot, and I thought it was going to be a continuation of the Galatasaray game. But the issue, and again, I know they won the game until it's calm against Galatasaray, but I felt like, especially in the first leg, they had that same thing. 15-minute spell, they're cooking, but they didn't capitalize. Galatasaray went and done what they done. Again here, 15 minutes where, again, they were balling out, they were flying forward. I thought, wow, Fair's like, honest lots, he's cracked it now. He's not running the same
It was up and down.
4-3-3 thing. There's a little diamond here, it's a 4-4-2 there. But the moment Brighton score a goal, at that point,
it's done.
it could have been 4 goals, it could have been 5 goals. So I think you're right to bring up the Wirtz thing, because we did our stocks video whenever that was.
Yeah, we did.
And before Wirtz arrived, I was super high. I'm saying, it has to bang. There's no way this doesn't work. Then he had about the first 10 games where I'm defending him, but I'm like, you know what? I'll be honest, bro. I don't even support your team. So at a point, I'm letting you go. Then he had like 4 good games in a row, maybe 5. There's like a 3 or 4 week period where I'm like, okay, this is the Wirtz that's arrived again. But he's been media again for another couple months and everyone's kind of forgotten about it, which is a bit strange because if it were
He's a record breaker.
a United player,
Bro.
an Arsenal player, I think that would be getting spoken about
and the thing
24/7.
it's not even just Wirtz, bro. It's Frimpong, bro.
But I've never thought he would be a right back, so that's why
I'm
my
telling you, bro,
expectations.
I'm telling you, I tweeted this, bro. Go on Footy Addicts, you will find 1,001 Frimpongs. Yeah,
I don't doubt that.
you
I
go
don't doubt that.
to the football section,
Yeah,
bro.
but
All the
also-
leagues, you say you can
but-
find big
but
guys
also,
like that. Minte cooked. Minte
Everyone
cooked
knows
him.
he's a right wing back.
It's just
So
honestly, it's,
I mean, well, like I said, they probably brought him in because they had a certain style they wanted to play. They wanted to play,
and he's Dutch, and he's Dutch as well. That's one thing.
But they probably brought him in to play a certain style, and now he's playing either on the right wing or on the right back. None of them are clearly his best positions.
Bro.
You don't need to be a scout to know that he's not a great right back. He's the smallest player on the pitch. He's not physically strong, so he's like in that middle, wing back. He'll do a good job up and down, but he's not good enough to be a winger. I don't think he's good enough to be a right back. So is it his fault?
I get bored of talking about Liverpool.
It's his fault.
It's the same problem.
It's the same problem, innit? It's
And I
actually the
think
same
even
thing.
Liverpool fans are saying like, we're tired.
It's like
of
Chelsea,
it.
it's like
We
Chelsea.
we know what to expect on the weekend. A lot of Liverpool fans actually said that even after Galatasaray, they knew they were going to lose this game just because it's the same issues, the same problems, the same structural issues as well with players. Like you said, you mentioned Wirtz. He's still yet to find his feet, and I don't still see an actual role for him in that team. So when you have your star man there, then you got the whole, Ekitike, Isak, it's not available yet. Ekitike coming in and out of the squad. These are all players that
What should they do next season? Look, so first thing,
they got to revamp.
first thing is Arsenal needs to go. That's the first question.
He's got to go.
Pretty much. I think
Pretty much,
if the way they're going to finish in the league, they're not going to win the Champions League.
He's got a lifeline now, apparently.
Which is
What, Champions League?
Top 4 and win Champions League. That's apparently.
but that's a hard ask.
Bro, he's
I don't
not
think
winning
that's
the
either.
champs.
I think that's the
I don't
only
think
way
the
he keeps his
I
job.
don't think it is either. So
PSG about to knock them out.
So he's gone.
Personally, I feel
So
that.
he's gone. Whatever manager comes in, what does he have to do? Because obviously he'll get a fully fit Isak, which is forgetting who Isak. Well, let's not forget who Isak was. Getting a fully fit Isak to work with. You've got Ekitike. You've got Szoboszlai, who's been their best player this season. Van Dijk is still Van Dijk. You still got players there. Gavin Birch, McAllister. What should this new manager do you think, with this crop of players, with a team that's just won the league,
I think
which will be 2 seasons ago?
First thing you got to do 100% is you need to sign another top centre back. That's the first point, because I think Konate this season, the fall from grace is crazy, bro. Like I've never
It's had a
seen a
tough
fall
season.
off. I've never seen a fall off like this in a long time.
Bro,
from
he's
one
always
extreme
been
to another.
inconsistent,
Fall-offs.
though.
It's
Like,
been
but this
worse.
one,
always
this
been
one,
inconsistent, man.
but no, nah. I thought
He's always been up
bro,
and
I remember
down.
the conversations where people were saying, and me myself, Cruz, we're putting him in the same conversations as Saliba, bro.
No, last season he was
So,
quality when they won the league. But usually he's up and down and he gets injured a lot, bro.
Real Madrid just said, wait for us 1 year, we'll come forget you.
Yeah.
And now they're midway through.
Nah, but
it's
I
so
think-
bad. They said midway, we're good.
Well, good, innit?
I think I disagree on that one. I think Konate by standards, definitely the season's been poor. But I actually think outside of this Brighton game where he got dunked on and Osimhen, I think he's had a good last month and a half or so. I think he's been getting back, obviously, since the sad news in his family and whatnot. I actually think since that happened, he's actually been balling out. So I would
got better.
Yeah, I think he's been back to.
They still need to sign a
But I don't think that's like the major priority. To me, I look at a midfield that got overrun by 40-year-old James Milner.
McAllister didn't.
That's kind of concerning.
That's concerning. You need a six as well.
It's not a new.
You know that guy gets away with murder, you know? Like, and the thing is, he's even used to this stadium as well.
McAllister,
bro. That guy gets away with murder. That guy's not been good.
It doesn't get away with murder because I think Liverpool fans have been disgruntled with him for.
I don't really see a lot of conversations.
I think he's actually been insinuating that he wants to leave.
Mac?
I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
maybe I think he'll probably leave England if he leaves.
He might not. Yeah,
but honestly, there's a player here who played on the opposition team that I've been saying they need to be looking at. Right,
Minte.
Go back to your
Don't
roots.
say Minte again.
Minte.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah, Minte is going to get a move very, very soon.
Nah, he's good though.
He is a very good player.
He is.
Right. He's been in and out of the team recently on the bench and whatnot, but he started off the season really well with the goals and assists. He's a creative player. He can score some goals. He works hard. He's a problem. You know what I mean? He can play on the left. He can play off the right. He works off the ball as well.
I didn't know he was at Newcastle.
He was at Newcastle, but he had to leave because of PSR, innit?
Elliot Anderson. Kind of the reason why they had to get rid of Elliot Anderson is similar to Minte. It's like
it
it
was
had
that.
to offload players.
It was a PSR, bro. So
They had no choice.
Someone like Minte is a guy that I'd rather Chelsea to go buy instead of go buy Shirley, bro. You know what I mean? I think he can be a really, really good player. Like I think he can take that step up. At another club, innit? You know what I mean? I can see Liverpool looking to try sign someone like him.
But going off what he's saying, I agree with him. Like, I think you could look at position. You could argue which one's more important: centre back, DM. I think just structurally though, they have to find a way to get the best out of Ekitike, Isak, and Wirtz all at the same time.
I don't think
they have to.
I don't think
But I mean, the three you just mentioned are the top two most expensive
You
players.
have to find a way. You have to find a way.
Because you know what? Before
You can't spend that money and put one on the bench.
Ekitike on the left didn't work before. If Isak up top.
That's their transfer model. That's what they decide to spend money on.
They have to find a way because Ekitike, maybe start of the season you could say he could be the bench warmer, but then he's proved this season he has every right to start. But then you got Isak record.
Well, they want to play with two up front and with the 3-5.
Yeah, you see.
Maybe that might work.
That's the only possible.
That's the only possible way.
Or Ekitike like second striker or something.
Where does
like
Salah
that.
fit in that?
No, Salah's gone.
Big result. That's another thing that needs to be done this summer. They need to get
Everyone's
Salah
saying
out.
it at the same time.
Everyone's saying it at the same time. Sometimes you just need to know when to close the curtain.
It's true. It's over.
It's over. Not a song. It's over. Yeah, that's it.
So I don't know. Liverpool had a very tough. I'm actually really interested. Obviously, we had Lawrence McKenna here last week, and he actually spoke really well about Liverpool. I'm actually interested to hear how you guys feel because obviously big up Brighton, and if you're a Brighton fan, well done, Danny Welbeck. Surprised didn't get a shout for this England camp at least, which is at least it's friendlies. Where
who got called up? Was it Calvert-Lewin?
I think Solanke was.
Solanke got called up.
I could be.
I think they called up extra players.
There was 35 players in total.
And Danny Welbeck still didn't make it.
He didn't make it,
which is mad.
Calvert-Lewin got picked.
But the thing is, he should be there because.
And you know the worst thing for England, he's got a good record for England. Yeah.
Yes.
A young Danny Welbeck, United, Arsenal, whatever. He was
Bro, he always plays well for England.
His record's like one in every other game.
Bro, I remember that period as well because like for Arsenal, he used to be like up and down, yeah. But for England, every time this guy plays for England, he's always doing the right thing.
He's a international break bandit, like not the tournaments, but like the friendlies and the qualifiers. That's his thing.
Nah, he's good for England.
I'm surprised he didn't get called up. Obviously, he's been smashing it this season. He's aging like fine wine. But Liverpool, it's a big problem here. 10 losses this season as Premier League champions. It's bad, and there could be more. There's a few more games to go. I want to know what you guys think is a problem, and don't just say Onslaught out. Like, what is going on with this team? What's happening? Because you're getting overrun every game. The Liverpool identity is they outrun teams, and they're getting outrun every game. And I'm hearing maybe it's differences in training, even differences in personality of the manager. When you have a rock and roll style manager in Klopp, it reflects in the and on the pitch. Slot is the complete opposite. The whole identity of Liverpool change. Yeah, of course.
Jota obviously is a big loss, and Darwin Núñez. These are guys that all done as workers.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But then they replaced it with the best transfer window of all time.
Yeah, but they replaced it with buff players. Players that just like.
Yeah, there was a perfect window.
I'm just saying though that
I agree.
That work ethic, it comes down to the players, and they had literal South American
runners. Used to laugh at Núñez, like you're saying, for example.
Yeah.
Núñez was a runner.
Still a horrible striker though.
Huh?
Still a horrible striker.
Yes, I understand. But what I'm saying is. They miss him.
Yeah, 100%.
Out of possession,
100%.
in possession, counter-attacks.
Yeah.
Why Salah was so good. Diaz, Núñez, Salah is at front three. Obviously, Jota coming off the bench is a whole different situation. But Diaz and Núñez,
You know what's peak as well?
Big
They-
misses.
When Ekitike went down, Liverpool brought on Curtis Jones on the wing. Whilst I'm seeing Brighton, the guys there, I'm seeing Matoma come on like minute 70, 75. Like, how come Brighton are bringing on better wingers? Yeah.
I can't lie, Rata was playing like he was waved though. When he came in, you know what I mean? He must have still been spot drunk. You know, Jack and Potato drunk.
Was that Bully?
Bullies are now serving Jack and Potato, but he looked like he just finished eating one. I'm telling you.
But yeah, I'd love to know from Liverpool fans how you guys are feeling. I know you guys are pretty much giving up on the season, but you're still in the FA Cup. You're still in the FA Cup. You're still in the Champions League. You can still make Champions League football in the Premier League. So you still got things to play for. Do you think you'll do it though? That is the question. But that's it. Those are all the games we wanted to cover.
Yeah, top show. I mean, Tom and Jerry. You know, you guys good, yeah?
That's my brother though.
Yeah. Somali's United. Come on, Jerry.
I never had a problem.
Sometimes you just have to get your links out.
He kept it in for a long time. I know them ones. I can't
lie, all of us have like me as well. I had to sum up because I'm still devastated. But I had to get my few little.
You
I can't come and be miserable.
No, facts.
I'm allowed to be upset with just the final.
Yeah, but don't worry. But I know your tactics now anyway, so it's all good. Next one, we shall see.
Tactics for me is delete your tweets.
I think today you clocked.
Yeah, I've clocked his tactics. Don't worry.
It's peak tactics.
Make sure you start deleting your tweets.
I don't delete tweets.
If you start tweeting and you start seeing one bookmark immediately, know who it is. Know who it is.
See, you know, he's so in love with Arteta. He's even bringing the dark arts to the podcasting. Like, I clocked his game, man. You know, you're bringing dark
there's
arts to
one more guy that
podcasting
we
as well.
needed to grill, unfortunately, but we didn't get to because I saw the little buying talk or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to get onto Lies. Lies Bouzidi.
This post credits, but I've already up.
Yeah. The post credits, whatever. Lies Bouzidi, on his YouTube channel, he was talking about the Champions League, last round or whatever. We're talking about the Ballon d'Or charge, and he was there saying, "Yo, Olise, by the way, like what a goal, another performance for him on the Ballon d'Or charge." Olise didn't play. So Lies Bouzidi, the journalist. We know Ballon d'Or is voted for by journalists. Is this the subtle PR that they're doing? He said another goal for Elise, and like as if it was adding up, and that's getting 70, 80,000 views. Think of how many other people didn't watch the Bayern game because naturally, they're playing Atalanta. Nobody
He was
cares.
suspended.
Yeah, he didn't play. Not a single minute.
Yeah, right.
They're saying, another goal for Elise. Another goal for Elise. What another great performance he's having.
Do we not think about it just been a genuine mistake? Maybe he just got the names.
No, who could he be possibly talking about?
Maybe, bro. We have to him.
I respect it. I respect it.
One last lick for me.
I respect it.
It's funny.
If you stayed for the post credits, find out why Leah said that stuff. Because these are people that people take the information from.
You know? Yeah. He's a journalist, guys.
Yeah, he's a journalist.
They can't make mistakes now?
Huh?
They can't make mistakes?
No, but...
Remember buying space? Buying space when they got you.
That was them though.
That was me.
They feed me the quotes.
By the way, man, one down, 3 to go. Alhamdulillah.
We'll see you soon.